Hi, my name's Ian Puddick. Anyone that knows me knows I'm very, very lucky for going out and finding leaks on things.
All these fucking truthers, all fucking wonky, strange, weird people. Ian Puddick, you're fucking weird. Bill Maloney, you're weird. John Wedger, you're fucking weird. Sean Atwood, you're fucking weird.
Brian Harvey's making videos. This guy just effing Sean Atwood, effing John Wedger, effing Ian Puddick, effing Bill Maloney. When he started saying I was working for the New World Order, Brian Harvey's
Fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
Fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
Fucking podcast. Fucking podcasters fucking talking shit.
Fucking podcasting, fucking John Wedger, fucking Brian Harvey. Do you still fucking want me? Go on, Ron. I'm going to call him now, from now on, the Do-Run. The Do-One Run. The Do-One Run. That's what I'm going to call him. How's it going, everyone? How are you? I'm good. Thanks for asking. Thank you. I can't see comments at the minute because I've got my pages taken up with other things to show you, and I thought we'd start off on a bit of a positive on this one, and this is a little ode to David Icke out there. I don't dislike you, David Icke. As a matter of fact, you're quite a funny man. So, have you read my books?
In my books.
Have you read any of my books, Sean?
In my books. I've been researching this forever.
Have you read my books?
And my arms go out at 45 degrees.
45 degrees, Sean.
I'm on my knees.
On my knees.
Thoughts, concepts pouring in my brain. Stops when I feel
the rain, Sean.
Now my shoulders are in pain. Absolute agony. What is Maloney
Playing at in my books. Have you read my books?
In my books. I've been researching this forever.
Have you read my books?
In my books.
Have you read my books?
In my books. I've been researching this forever.
I've been researching this for over 1,000 years, Sean, and
have you ever read my books? In my books. I've been researching this forever.
Have you read my books?
What is Maloney playing at?
Have you read my books? Quite upsetting, really, because I know we've got a lot of new subscribers that probably haven't got a clue what that video's about. And, a lot of you will know David Icke because he's been quite a big person out there in the United States of America. He's toured everywhere, the Peruvian desert. He's stood there staring at a mound and spoken to Sean Atwood about it. Now, some of you might know Sean. Do you remember Sean? This is Sean Atwood. Let me show you, before we get started, innit? Yeah? Just do some other things, break it up a little bit, Do you still want me? Still want me? Hang on, let me go along a bit. The Entrapment of Brian Harvey. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Here they are. Some of you might know Sean Atwood out there in America, because I've got a lot of new subscribers, and I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time and coming over here to see what I'm doing of. And I'm most grateful to you all. Thanks for coming. For those of you that have just arrived, you're in for a great time. There is loads going on over here, and I'm being targeted at the moment. Therefore, I'm having a lot of problems with the benefits and getting through to people as to how I truly feel about what's happening in my life. And I'm quite frustrated, really, or at least I'm supposed to be. But when I look at the timing of all of this happening, this is all planned. Which brings me back to the original point of this Nicola Bulley story. Now, Eddie has done it again, right? I go to bed early hours of this morning, probably about 6 o'clock this morning, right? I think I went to bed. I was talking to Lee for ages last night about BMXs, yeah? Do you like a BMX? I like an old school BMX, yeah. And we was talking, and I forget my fucking point now. What was I saying? Yes. So anyway, I'm in bed, and Eddie, put Eddie's channel on. I thought, right, I'm tired. I need something on I can relax to and just listen to. And I'm listening, and he does another video, right? And I'm going to get to it in a minute. I just want to show you who these people are as well in a minute, if you've just subscribed. And yeah, what another great video by Eddie. And if there's not a murder investigation now, then it's all a bit odd. Like I told you, this was going to turn into a touch of frost. I believe that it will get opened up again into a murder inquiry, and I believe that it will take up the best part of the remaining part of this month and the next month. I don't think this is going away yet. There's a lot of strange stuff, isn't there, about this case. There's no getting round it. Ron and the video from Eddie on that one, like you could see, we was laughing about the dog farting at the time when that vital information, we was playing it, and we didn't notice it, right? Too busy laughing about trying to burn a fart in the atmosphere with a lighter. We missed it, but because of Eddie, I caught it, and caught him again last night. We'll come back to Sean Atwood because they're not really important at the minute, but well, they sort of are, but they're not important at the minute. I was just gonna clue some of the new subscribers up with what's been going on here, because there's a much bigger picture going on over here. I know that a lot of people, and I don't know how this has happened, but a lot of people are looking to me, and I think a lot of you are in America, and you're looking to me for what's going on with this case. And because of that, now I've got to know quite a lot more about what's going on. I mean, look, it's no secret that I don't trust the case. The timing for me is very, 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 very suspicious. And it reminds me of, though it's different, it just reminds me of Sarah Everard. And I'm thinking, like, where are they going to go with this? All right, Brian. Okay, Brian, talk to me. If this is all made up, like half of your brain believes, then why are they doing all of this? Well, it's like, what you said, isn't it, David? They want to microchip the population and make it a cashless society and get rid of cash altogether. Everything will be on a beautiful little microchip that'll be in your skin. And, yeah, I think that's where it's going. I think not only is it, so it's not just going to serve a purpose as to, it's a distraction, whether that is planned or not, because I'm still having trouble with this case, I'm not going to lie, as to whether it's real or not. And I'm sorry about that. I really am. But the more I look at it, and it's like, well, why ain't the old Bill picking up on that? And I buy the old Bill to the Americans. I mean, the police, the police. Why are they not picking up on that? Why did they keep it as a missing persons inquiry? Why could there be no third party involved at that point when you've turned up on the scene? Why is Ron saying that the dog was running around and then he said that Penny has tied the dog up? And then even changes that halfway through. He goes, oh, my wife, he's talking to Penny, and Penny's ringing my wife, and she said she tied the dog, or to tie the dog up, and he changes it mid-sentence. It's very quick, we went back and listened to that. And I suspected Ron anyway, but then I'm busy burning the fart in the air, and completely missed it. Completely missed that part. But what I did pick up on is that this geezer's very suspicious. He seems like he wants to get out of there really quickly, but all of the signs are saying, hang on a minute, he's mic'd up. And when he does that, when he's talking, you hear it, Tim. And then I would say that Ron's microphone, and no one else picked up on this, by the way. No one else picked up on this. His microphone, because he's got one on, and that was not a chance meeting, right? I don't care if the geezer walks his dog there every day. They say that there's, this is such a busy, you know what it is, yeah, Kay, right? This is such a busy area, yeah? And there's so many dog walkers, yeah? But there's no bloody one here right now, and it's not a crime scene, innit? So none of it makes any sense. And then why is Ron leaving out the fact that his wife is Penny's sister? Well, that makes a lot of sense to me when you go, I thought someone went toilet over because I saw the red brick and all about it. And he said, you fucking diverted then, right? And I don't give a fuck who's offended on that. He fucking diverted. Big time. And you got a mic on. Get out of that, Ron. Do run, 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 do run, run, do one, run. Yeah, like, I'm sorry. And then, yeah, it gets worse. It does. Hold on a minute. Take time to enjoy a lovely coffee from a Brian Harvey television mug. Well, there you can't buy these because I'm not monetized. I don't make any bloody money out of you. I haven't got a book I'm selling you. I have nothing to sell you. I've got a couple of bits on eBay. That's it. But there's no, can you donate to the channel? Do you still want me? If you still want me, you donate to my channel, right? I don't know what's the matter with me today. Actually, I do know what's the matter with me today. I think this is what's the matter with me today. What's that, Brian? You might ask. It's, it says P new. And, it's a lovely green oily substance. And, I said I'd try some of this on a live. Now, I've had a couple of drops on me tongue, and while I've got a coffee there, I'll have another couple of drops, yeah, and we'll go through this evidence together, you know. I said I'd do this, all right, and yeah, there's a well, I won't go into it, but there's a lovely flyer there. If you can see that, some of it's green, so it might be see-through. You might be able to, yeah. You can't see it, can you? Because it fucking... Hang on. There you go, look. Lovely flyer there. Can you see that? Yeah? All right. That sort of comes with it. It's not like it's available to buy or anything like that, you know. So, no, OJ. God, that tastes like I fell over in the garden. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, anyway, Eddie, he's opened my eyes up to something else. I'd heard about this, but I weren't really sure about it. So, the part where Nicola was found, right? Now, I'm just going to go with this as it's real, right? All right? Because it's not like anyone's ever going to come out and go, you're right, Brian, but we mustn't say out. Yeah? It's not like anyone's going to make me right on it, yeah? And if a woman has died here, then I would like us to find out the truth and, let's nab the perpetrators. Let's get them. Let's fucking get them. And why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? You've put it out there in the public domain. We mustn't speculate, but we must because you want to use it against us. And also, I believe microchipping could come in off the back of this. They may start with women and children. You think that's impossible? I don't think so. I was just talking to a friend of mine today. We said, how long do you think it's going to take now for them to normalise paedophilia? Like, really? How many older generations do we need to get out? Because what you got to remember is people that are born today, by the time they're 20, they're going to be living in a completely different world to what we're fucking living in. Yeah? And in that world, I bet you any money, they add paedophilia to it. And they're going, oh, you know, we need to find out how their brains work so we can help these people. I don't want to help these people. I don't want to fucking help you if you're a fucking paedophile. Do you understand? I don't care about you. I would prefer you to die and not be on the planet. You know, you're just a waste of fucking skin and blood. You know what I mean? If that's all you've got in you to go around doing. Yeah, fucking disgusting. I've got no time for them. I don't want to know how their minds tick. Why do you want to know how their minds tick? What, so you can fucking be like them? I don't care about them. I would fucking destroy them all. I'd throw them all in a big fucking hole, tip petrol over it and fucking set it on fire and then fill that cunt in and forget all about it. Forget all about it. No conscience. Because if people can go around doing things like that to children... yeah, and think that's all right and continue to do it and have paedophile rings about it and share pictures. Fuck you, you little cunts. Yeah? Fuck you. Fuck you, you little dirtbags. Yeah, and I'm still confused as to why Nicola Bulley was wearing the Children's Society T-shirt. Now, if that ain't something for conspiracy theorists to pick up on, yeah, if that hasn't been done on purpose, the checkerboard floor under... Now, I know, like, yeah, you know, some people have checkerboard floors. Yeah, all right then, Baby P, John Wedger, don't forget that, right, and many more, yeah, many more. Now, what I want to get round to, before we go any further, is what I'm trying to establish, and I can't find it. The man who found missing Nicola Bulley's body is spiritual, medium, psychic, and tarot fucking reader. Please. No, a lot of people out there watch these things and this is all fucking satanic, right? I don't care what anyone says. All of this new age spiritual bollocks, right, is satanic. If you was meant to know your future, you would fucking know it already. You don't know it because you're not meant to. You don't know what's round the corner, yeah, and you're not meant to know your future. Now, I get it. I have watched them in the past myself, stopped myself watching them because I'm like, no, this is wrong, especially if you watch them between 3 and 4 in a witching hour. You will watch a video and it'll be like, that's my life. Fuck, you just explained my life to me, God. And you might actually start living your life by what you heard on now. And I'm sorry, it's all satanic. Jesus Christ is the only way and all this other stuff is fucking wrong. I'm sorry, it's true. Now, I ain't the best representation of a Christian, but I mean it, and I will defend it, and I will see what's been pumped out in you know, all over YouTube and everywhere. Now, I know I'm not saying that all the people that are doing it are all satanic and you're all devil worshippers. No, not at all. There's a lot of lovely, gentle, warm, nice people that are doing it, and they fit doing it. They've got the right voice for it. They've got the right temperament, and you know, like they're good to listen to, especially if you live on your own. I know what it's like. It's like having a bit of company in the background. So I get that. But at its fucking essence, yoga, new age, all these. I've listened to all these speakers. Alan Watts, and he's dead now, and he's got a very soothing voice. Yeah, bit like David on the David Icke side, and it's a bit like that, a little bit. And you can listen to him, but then every now and then he'll say a sentence and you'll be like, oh, well, I can't follow you then because you're clearly fucking against it. And I'll just go straight off him. You know, Eckhart Tolle, I listen to him. He's a funny little thing and he sits there kind of... I'm thinking, hang on, the thing that got me about him, the big fucking silence. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And this audience, like, looking at the audience and they're all like, God, he's going to say something. And he's just sitting there like that, looking at him. And I'm like, what is going on here? We're waiting for this geezer to have a thought to come in his brain. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah? And you've got this other geezer. He sits there and he fucking channels fucking Zargog or someone from somewhere else. It's like, you've fucking lost the plot, mate. Absolutely lost the plot. So they've got all this fucking shit out there, contacting aliens and all this. It's just, Just leave it, man. Just leave it, yeah? Life's hard enough. Life's hard enough. But, so, getting back to the point, the man who found missing Nicola Bulley's body is spiritual medium, psychic and tarot reader. Now, ain't that just a little story in itself, isn't it, eh? You know, couldn't just been, you know, Bill walking dog along bank. No, they wouldn't have done it. Man who found missing Nicola Bulley's body is spiritual medium, psychic and tarot reader. And then let's push the LGBTQ and cut your cock off and turn yourself inside out. Oh, what are you saying, Brian? I'm offended. I'm offended that no one's doing anything about paedophiles. But do you give a fuck about my point of view? No, you don't. So why should I fucking care? Yeah, why should I fucking care? I'll say what I feel, man. I don't, you know, I'm not bothered. If you no, listen, be offended, all right? Be offended, and guess what? Nothing happens. So stop moaning. Stop moaning. I don't mean you lovely subscribers. I mean moaners. It's good, isn't it? That. So yeah, right. Here's the thing. Jason Dean Rothwell said Jason Dean Rothwell said they assisted police, however stressed he was, not asked by Lancashire Police or Nicola's family to offer his spiritualist or medium services. Right, now, here's what I'm trying to find out. How old is he? I'm just going to say this now. Please don't tell me he's 33. If you turn around and tell me he's 33, I'm going. I'm just going to have a look, right? I'm just going to have a look on the comments now, right? I've just put Restream on so I can see your comments, sort of. I'm a bit blind, like, what? Don't let bastards grind you down, said Anthony Smith. I won't. Thank you. Are you for real? Is he really? 23, 33. Come on, man. I need a definite. All right, Kitty Cat. I know I'm going to get the right answer out of you. Yes, he's 33. All right, I'm going to take that as true. And big shout out to all the moderators. Sorry, I don't do it enough. I'm always like, oh, what am I going to say? Thank you to all my moderators. You do a fucking brilliant job. All of you. DB, Adam, Nikki, Kitty Cat. All of you. You do fucking amazing. So I just wanted to big you up there because it doesn't happen enough. It's only because I forget and I've got a lot that I'm trying to remember. But thank you to you lovely people. He's fucking 33. Oh dear. Oh fucking dear. And, oh God. God, mate. Hey? All right, cool. Right, so I'm not going to be able to see your comments now after this, right? Because I have to switch over to another. You can see what I see. Yeah. Did Tommy Fury win the fight? Has that happened already? That ain't happened already, is it? Big up yourself. Yeah, I hope he wins. I like them both, though. I think the other geezer's good entertainment as well. But, no, man, you got to big up Tommy, innit? Tommy Fury. Yeah, man. I hope he won. Right, so is that real, yeah? He's 33. All right. So I'm going to go over to one of Eddie's videos again now. Sorry, Eddie, and I want to make this clear. I'm not monetized. I make no money out of this channel. I'm not about money. I'm bringing to you what is, right? And I'm interested as to what's going on here. If this is real, we're going to get this woman justice, right? End of. Especially if we can. There's no way I believe that the family would want to leave it. Well, I don't believe that. What, if the truth could come out and there's more to it, they don't want to know? I would want to fucking know. I would want to know. I would want to fucking know, yeah? So, therefore, they would want to know. They would want to know the truth. The police are not telling you the truth. Why do you think they didn't make it a crime scene? And it's clearly all Masonic now. How many more 33s and checkerboards have I got to see? Right? I'm sorry. And if I'm being set up now to be like, oh, because you know what they like to do, yeah? They like to turn people into the fall guy. All right? They like to do that. And I ain't the fucking media's fall guy no more. Because the second you turn around and try and tell me anything, I got Andrew Ash for you, mate. Andrew Ash. Ian Puddick. Bill Maloney. And Ian Puddick, very lucky. I got 2 jobs. Work for the Queen. Fucking what? What? Then what are you doing buying me equipment to film a fake fucking witness, you cunt? Yeah, it don't make sense, these people. It don't make sense. Anyway, I'm going to go over to Eddie's video here now. And, I mean, it's like, I believe this is what, this is what happened.
Then what's the probability of her landing in that tree? Now, you would say...
what he's doing here, yeah, is he's... I get where he's going, yeah? What he's trying to say is the probability of finding Nicola next to a lay-by, right? You got lay-by, road, bank, and then literally off the top of that and just over the other side, there's a drop and water, but over a broken tree with kind of reeds going through it. And when you look at the hole is caved in, right? So I'm going to let him listen, just listen.
Well, she could have landed in any tree.
The probability of finding her next to a lay-by, where it would be the most easily accessible part of the whole river to park up with a body, get her out in the middle of the night. What do you reckon? 4:30, 4:45 in the morning when everyone's definitely doing their nights? Yeah? Park up. Maybe even take her out and, I don't know, on the lay-by, is there a bit you could hide her so she's not even in the car in case someone comes past and stops and talks to them? Yeah? But I reckon they got her out, they waited, like he says, turns the engine off, you'd be able to hear if there's any cars coming for miles. It's pitch black, they both get one side of the body, all they got to do is get out of the car, walk over the thing, go boom. Now it's pitch black at that time of night, they won't have no fucking lights on because they won't want no attention on them, yeah? And threw her over, waited for the splash, heard it, and fucking run and done a bolt. And I think Eddie's right. And if the old Bill don't think that this is what happened, no, she fell in the stream where it's fucking, you can see the rocks through the bottom of it. Like, you get geezer for a stick in and that, the fucking stick started going upstream.
So I'm going to answer this for you because you're going to say it to me. You're going to start saying, well, what point are you making? If there's 200 trees overhanging that river on a 3-mile stretch between the weir and going out, she could have landed in any tree, so it just so happened to be that one. What's the point you're making?
Right next to a lay-by.
The point I'm making is staring at you right in the face right there. This is where the road, the country lane, joins the river. Now, what's the possibility of Nicola drifting up and down, up and down, up and down?
Unseen for 3 weeks, even though it's all been checked with sonar, right? And they would have checked the reeds and all of that bit because people would have been going up and down there. Of course they checked it.
Passing all the trees and including this one. And then just as we get to the road, the access to where Nicola was found, what's the possibility of Nicola being held in a bush by that road? Now, if you look on the map, you will see that the river comes from round there and it comes from, you know,
Look at that. Look at that, man.
So let's talk about
That's probably how the scene looked that night. That's probably how it looked. What are the chances of a lay-by being there and the bush tree reeds she was found in? And when you look at the hole is going in. Like someone was thrown and went through it and left all the reeds and the branches making a hole going into it. Not coming out, being pulled up out of it, going into it. So whoever's done this has obviously pulled up fucking 4:30, 5 o'clock, middle of the night when everyone's definitely asleep, probably about 4:30. Pulled up, pitch black, lights off, yeah, even drove off with the lights off. You know what I mean? Sit there with the engine off, you can hear if there's any cars coming, right? You can hear if there's any traffic about, you can see if there's any lights. Right, you've already sort of checked all of that out driving up and down. And then you park up there and she's found in that bit there. When there's 200 trees all along there, but she's found in that one there next to a lay-by, which would be the perfect dumping spot. Pitch black, they get out the motor, arm and a leg each, go up that thing, got to the top, boom. Expected to hear the splash, did, half, went through the bush, caught up in there. She weren't there when they checked it for 3 weeks. She weren't there. Geezer's gone through with sonar, so she weren't underneath even leading up to that bit. So it's bullshit. So she's been murdered. She's been placed there, hasn't she? Yeah? And then the phone and all the rest of it. Now you've got to go back and talk to Ron. Now you've got to go back and you've got to talk to Ron. Yeah? About, well, what really happened then, Ron? And why did you leave out in the mainstream media that Penny was your sister-in-law? Because the way you spoke about her, it was like she weren't in your family. Do you know what I mean? A bit suspect. Stop yourself halfway through. I thought someone had gone to toilet in the had to stop yourself there. Also left it open as well when explaining, Penny's calling my wife and, he didn't explain as your sister-in-law. That would have changed things. I'm still unsure as to what the relationship is with Paul Ansell and that caravan park. There's something, isn't there? I ain't checked that bit yet, but I'm going to. I'm sure he'll bring it up anyway. But that's all I needed to know. There was a connection there. And it's funny that they left that out the mainstream media and he's mic'd up and they tried to make it look random. There's just too much here. I mean, why are we the only ones thinking like this? Something is wrong. And the coroner and all this and the autopsy and the report, how the fuck are we ever going to know the truth? Do you know what I mean? Do you know how Elvis died? Did he die? Well, fucking everyone lies. People just tell nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. And then the bloke that finds her, spiritual medium, 33. This is just like... But there you go. That's if the story's real, that's what's happened. That's what's happened. And someone still needs to go and check ACAD Engineering. Where is Nicola Bulley finding the time for being a mortgage advisor, also working for, spacecraft with P&N Electrics, and then you've got ACAD Engineering. Where have you got the time to fit all of this in? And it's still active now. Bit weird.
I'm going to give you all the four corners here. Just bear with me, okay? It takes me a bit of a while. I'm being articulate, but I'm also giving it to you how it is. Okay, so there's the country lane. This is outside of the little township. And just on the left there is the bush that Nicola got tangled up in, that bush there. Right. So here's where your lottery ticket starts, the questions start coming in. Number one, Peter Fordin went past that bush several times.
I just want to mention this. Doesn't Peter Fordin really look like Simon Danchuk MP? Didn't he? I looked twice. I was like, fucking, I swear I've met him. Peter Fordin really looks like Simon Danchuk MP. Google that in your own time.
The police walked on that bank several times. Not, you know, when someone says, "Oh, I found something just by chance." The police were actually looking for Nicola. So they're walking along right past that bush.
Of course, they've checked
and
it.
they're looking down in the roots.
She
they're
weren't
walking
there.
past it, and they're walking up and down and up and
weren't
down.
there.
And they're doing this for days. And all the time they're doing it, the police are telling us that we have information that is privy to only us, and I can tell you.
See, the police have got to be in it. If they're the ones happy to be basically pushing the idea that she's committed suicide because they done a welfare check, that don't mean fuck all. That don't mean fuck all. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. What it means, the fact that you're quick to use that, tells me there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you running to use that later on when it all goes. What are you making it look like it's all going tits up? I'm still wondering whether Peter Fording's going to be made right in all this. Yeah, he's a bloody hero. He told you she wasn't in the bloody water, and she bloody wasn't. And she clearly fucking wasn't. You know, what do we know about the autopsy? Was there water in the water? Probably will be water in the lungs, but, you know, how did she fucking die? How did she fucking die? How did she die? And are you going to start microchipping women and children off the back of this? Or are we going to have one more go missing first? You know, when does the serious surveillance start? Because that is what this is the beginnings of. And if you think they ain't going to use this for that, to push that agenda next, you know, they're really ramping things up lately. They really are speeding things up. I'm actually quite shocked myself at the rate that they're really trying to pressure people into. It was all, you know, you better get the shot. You know what I mean? You're making other people ill, mate. You're making other... I mean, what the fuck? You are fucking psychopaths, you lot. Do you know that? You're actually fucking psychopaths. You don't know when to stop, do you? You know? Give us a fucking year off, for fuck's sake. Yeah? Now he's gone back to Ukraine. Do you know what I mean? No, it's just, oh, fuck's sake, man. It's like, they got something ready for you every week. This is all scheduled, this fucking news, mate, I tell you. I'm telling you. Let's go back to him.
Tell you that she's in the river. But the culprits...
Orchestrated, not scheduled. Sorry.
The culprits that are responsible for this are also listening to the police like they're listening to me. They're listening to me now because my videos are growing. My videos are getting more hits and I don't care about that. I'm not getting anything out of it. And the culprits have done this. They're getting sloppy. They're getting sloppy. I've got a message for the culprits that are watching this video right now. I'm going to try to rattle your feathers a little bit. You're getting sloppy. You're a buffoon. You buffoon with an S. You're buffoons. You're panicking. You're getting sloppy. You're making silly mistakes. There's the mistake right in front of you.
That should be a forensic site, really, shouldn't it?
When they brought Nicola's body to this point, and they pulled their car over where that van is, in the only lay-by in that lane, Google search it if you like, I went right through, on Google Maps, you can actually go right through that lane from beginning to end. Where that van is parked is the only lay-by on the only lane that touches the river, with the only tree in the river, with Nicola in that tree.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence. That is the only place you could have parked, so therefore she's been moved. She had to have been in a motor. Where have they moved her from? Where have they moved her from? See, these are the bits where really we should know what condition she was found in. I don't think we know anything yet, do we? I'm not sure. She's been murdered, hasn't she? She's been murdered. That's if this whole thing's real. I'm sorry, but it's too many 33s and stuff about it. I'm really... All I can do is keep showing you Andrew Ash. I've changed it. I've put it up on as a header video now for, is it for returning subscribers I've put it up for? Or is it for, let's have a look. Why is that so big there? So I go to live. The subscribers are jumping up here and everything. Like, so there must be a lot of people looking at the channel now. And, yeah, I mean, that's mad. 755 watching. Wow. And apparently yesterday we had, like 1,200 in the room. That's ridiculous. You know, so, yeah, you know, I mean, you're going to get my honest opinion over here. You know, I can't speak for everyone else. I believe this Eddie guy he's definitely switched on, and you know, means what he says. I think he's going by the evidence. You know what is there, what is actually there, and he's been bloody good, man. He's opened my eyes up to some things. I tell you, and that if this case is real, and again, if it ain't, I've got to stress, I'm very, very sorry to the family in particular. I'm very sorry, but if she has been murdered, right, then we want to help you, right? Like I say, I'm unsure. There's a lot of coincidental stuff going on in here that ain't necessarily anything to do with the family. You know, it's the people putting the stuff out. The bloke that finds her. You know, the time the phone was found. They keep putting it in there. All I'm saying is don't close off to the fact that the police are very, very, very corrupt. They've never helped me. The only time I've ever seen them is if they're arresting me over some bullshit. Yeah, when I've got evidence against loads of other people and I don't get listened to. So, no, they're not trustworthy, and don't get me started on the press, because I've got a stack of evidence like that. They're tapping my fucking phone. And they've been tapping a dead schoolgirl's phone. Now, why would you tap Millie Dowler's phone in particular? Why would you do that? Greg Miskell's already admitted it. The bloke who worked at the paper who called the job on sent the journalist out, not just any fucking person, and now he's dead. That means he can never come to court. He's fucking dead now. So, and we got all the same kind of stuff within the Millie Dowler case. We got the red car, we got the 33s, we got the checkerboards. You know? Don't tell me there ain't nothing in it. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me. You know, and I'm fed up with things getting put down to conspiracy theory. They're opinions based on what the mainstream media are giving us. And, you know, one coincidence in there, all right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nah, mate, that's a plan. You are setting up YouTubers and you are setting up TikTokers and social media in general, because clearly the government must have some sort of a plan to start shutting down freedom of speech. Yeah? Then they'll be microchipping you, and they'll put that to you like it's a fucking good idea. You know, never lose your missus again. Never lose your kids again. Never lose yourself again. Bloody hell, this is brilliant. And then being tracked. You'd be like the geezer on fucking Uber. You know what I mean? When you're watching, everyone else be watching you. Local database, where is he? Yeah, we're watching him. He's walking through the park now. He's doing the loop. He's gone back. It took him 10 minutes. You know, they'll be telling you what you spent. Oh, do you really want to buy that on eBay, Brian? You've already bought 2 of those. Those didn't fit. We don't suggest you buy that. We're going to block this transaction, Brian. You know, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. Automated service world that, you know, are paedophile apologists and sympathisers. That's the world we got to look forward to. And if you say anything, we'll take your bloody channel down, you know, bastard. Yeah. That's where we're going. Oh, it's going to be shit, isn't it? It's going to be shit. Really, we should all do something about it. And, you know, trying to shut down people on YouTube and all, it's people's opinions. If it's not for this, and ideas and opinions, and not just filming your food, or you fixing your fucking puncture, right? It's for this. Why do you want to shut this down? It's only the people that are out there that have got something to hide that are fucking worried about it. Like Alan Yentob the other day. Oh, can you send that to me? Like you ain't been fucking watching me. And like Paul the Man ain't lying about camping outside the BBC for a fucking 100 days. It was all staged, all for me. And look at the timing, just before the bloody coronation. And then they try to strike my channel by taking down the Alan Yentob video while you leave it up on Paul the Man's. That's all right, he can have it up. You know, I have to get fucking striked for it. And then someone there went, no, you mustn't strike him. We're setting him up with his channel. You've got to leave it running, man. So they took the strike off. I appealed it. But, you know, if it's going to be that fucking easy, why'd you block it in the fucking first place? Why'd you do that in the first place? If all I had to do was go, well, fuck this, I'm going to appeal. Dude, oh, it's back. Fucking hell. What was the point of that? What determined it was bad in the first place? Someone put a complaint in? Was it Alan Yentob? Was it David Icke? You know, it's ridiculous. Shutting people down so they can't call people paedophiles. Really, isn't it? That's what it is. That's what it's for. That's what it's bloody well for. But it's not just for that now. It's used as a propaganda tool against the public. And what's been going on throughout this case, and the whole Nicola Bulley thing, and you know, not calling it off, making it a crime scene. You know, it's they've been fucking playing games with you. I'm sorry, but they have. They have been playing games with you. And like I say, they're never going to admit to it. And it always leaves us feeling like, oh, I don't really think they do that, Brian. I think it's a bit far-fetched. No. Watch the Andrew Ash Express interview that I've put up as the header video. I don't know if it's for returning subscribers or whether it's for people that are not subscribed. I can't remember which way around I put it, but it's up there. And I want you all to have a look at that. And if you're in America, because you're going to hear me bring up Andrew Ash a lot throughout the years, if we're together now on this, and yeah, his name's going to come up a lot. And the whole thing that I was made to film there really gets a lot of people in trouble, and it hasn't had the recognition yet that it's supposed to, because they got that geezer, Andrew Ash, through Ian Puddick, who works for the Queen. Ian Puddick interviews Andrew Ash for 2 hours before I get to meet him. And but Puddick says, oh, you know, you can tell within 5 minutes that he would admit to being the Yorkshire Ripper. You haven't heard that yet, but I'm going to play that for you. So then why'd you spend so much time on him, retweeting him? Andrew has now given 70 hours of interviews to Operation Fernbridge. Andrew has now given 100 hours to Operation Fernbridge. Don't forget, Ian, who's tweeting all of this, who's interviewed Andrew himself, works for the Queen. And he's bought me equipment to film this Andrew, while Andrew's going to say things like, oh, you know, I was at a sex party and Prince Andrew was there, Sidney Cook were there, Jimmy Savile were there, him that jumped off boat, Robert Maxwell were there. Yeah? Nah, if I'd have backed him up and I'd have been going, you fucking done this to Andrew, it's fucking real, I'll be getting the Coal Beach treatment and what Virginia Giuffre is about to get. And if I'm wrong on this, yeah, I'll fucking wear it. I will wear it if I'm wrong, but I bet you I'm not. And I think I've seen enough signs with me receiving nothing but trouble, nothing but stress. Yeah, oh, your fucking benefits, and oh, what you going to do here, and fucking, oh, they've cut your fucking money, and yeah, orchestrated, lot of you. Pull a man outside fucking BBC, winding it up, orchestrated, trying to get me to go up there. They've got some little setup, some little plan ready for me. So if something happens, just remember that I told you this, all right? Just remember that I fucking told you this. If you still want me. Fuck it, it's a joke. Anyway, I'm going to go back to this because this is good. I get to make a roll up. Okay?
So let's talk about probability. Let's talk about coincidence. Nicola's body, because Peter Fording and the police can't be wrong, they're not lying, they're in conjunction with this. They have admitted that they went up and down. The sonar can't go into the reeds. I'm not seeing reeds, by the way. I mean, I'm seeing a bush, right? The police, they took their sonar right past that bush, and the police have said in a statement that they walked that bank.
Of course they did. We checked
They
all that.
walked that bank up and down. She wasn't there. So let's go on the probability of Nicola being tangled up in that tree and it not being foul play. The tide comes in, the tide comes out. The tide comes in, the tide comes out. Nicola is drifting past the bush and back and forwards because no one can find her there. She's back and forwards and back and forwards. And then she gets tangled in that bush. Level with a road, level with the only lay-by.
Just got to say it as it comes into my head. I want to see some moving video image of this woman. Why aren't there no videos of her when she's younger and with her friends and all that? All is that one shot in the snow?
If you go...
I never see any moving video of Holly and Jessica that went missing either, did ya? And then photographs didn't look right either. So no one would ever have thought of faking photographs back then in the public domain. It weren't in your head. It weren't in your head then. Because Photoshop was in its infancy, so it weren't in your head then.
Further up and down river there, you will see bigger bushes than that. In fact, there's a jet ski that goes right through there, and you will see much bigger trees that they're avoiding. You will see kayakers and canoeists, and you will see bigger trees and bigger problems than that one.
Even them two kayaks, there's two kayaks parked off, isn't there, that no one seems to know anything about. Even that's planted. That's fucking planted to make you think, ooh, did they, you know what I'm saying? It transport the body in a... Why would you? Why would you traipse all through the water with it? And they're just left there for things for you TikTokers to pick up on. So they can have a go at you for speculating. Yeah.
So, when people say to me, you're just speculating, you're causing people harm.
Well, the bloke on the BBC walking around, what is he, Kate? He was speculating, innit, yeah?
Why is it okay for the police to have a hypothesis because they were told by Paul Ansell that his partner and mother of the two girls was struggling with menopause and she was an alcoholic? And she self-diagnosed herself after getting headaches and took herself off the hormone replacement tablets.
Right, this sounds like backstory to me. I want to see some moving video evidence of this woman. And loads of it.
The police made their mind up. But in making their mind up, they told the...
You know how easy it is to deep fake now, yeah? You know how easy it is. I'm just saying, I'm not saying this is what's definite, right? But is there an AI tool out there, right, that can generate multiple pictures of an AI-generated, created person from all different angles, all different sizes, like this person really exists? I suppose you can. I suppose you could do it in Unreal Engine, couldn't you, really? Because you can make complete fake people in now. And I'll tell you what, it's fucking good. And you can go round them, like in 3D space, yeah? If that was an AI-generated person, within Unreal Engine, you can create a false camera angle and you can go around that object. You can look up, you can look down, you can look around. So you could take, if you got an AI-generated person, you could get shots of them from any angle, zoomed in, far back. I'm thinking about this realistically now. And you can deep fake all those images that you've got onto someone. I mean, have a look at Control-Shift-Face on YouTube. Have a look at Control-Shift-Face on YouTube. Yeah? I'll show you. I'm going to show you. We're going to come back to Eddie here. I'm going to show you, right? Let me just show you. Because this is the best way to do it. I'm sure it is TRL Shift Face. Here we go. Deep fake. Deep faking technology now, right? Right. Let's just show you a bit of how good it is, all right? So, I mean, they've done loads more since I've looked at this last. Mars Rider, you know. I've got to have a look at that. Let me show you one that I looked at. Here we go. Right. So, this is how good deep fake technology is. This is a good example of it, right? So, to tell me, if there's only one moving video clip of this woman, I've got to bring these things up. Yeah, because there's only going to be other people out there asking this, because this is how far, this is how widely people think now, especially with new technology being involved. You'd be naive to think that they're not using it somewhere against you. So let's just have a look at the technology, and could I, in effect, make a fake person today? Right? And I know there's all sorts of complications that come along with that, but if it was a Masonic operation, they can cover every angle, the media, the police, the coroner, everything, every angle, every single angle. They got it covered where you ain't knowing if you ain't supposed to know something, right? So, yeah, they can do that. And if that ain't the case, how have they done all of this with Andrew and no one's been brought to account for it? There you go, thank you, I rest my case. So this is how good deep fake technology is. So, yeah, we could make up a fake person and have them in the snow doing that. We could. And I'm really sorry to go there. But like I say to you, the depth of what they done to me, watch that video, you'll see what he's coming out with. It ain't normal, and he ain't in prison for accusing Leon Britton either, like Carl Beach is supposed to be. Andrew Ash, I'm talking about there. Is he in prison? No. He accused Prince Andrew, Leon Britton. He accused loads of people. Is he in prison for false allegations? No, he fucking ain't. No, he ain't. So do they make shit up and collude, the media and the police? Yes, they fucking well do. Yes. They're all in on it together. And this could be no different. All right? If it's ramble, then don't worry about it, innit? What are you worrying about? Why bring it up? Oh, YouTubers and TikTokers, oh, fuck off. Well, you lot are always right, you lying cunts. Yeah, all you do is fucking lie. Probably 99% of your stories are all lies, and fucking one of them might be right out of 100. You're fucking liars. And corrupt. Left, right and centre. The whole system needs to change. We've now got to watch the watchers. Yeah? It's ridiculous. It's fucked up. We're never going back now. It's never going back to normality. This is going to get worse and worse and worse. So we need to stay on top of it with what they can do. And do they lie? Yes, they fucking do. Yes. Now look at this.
The ancient Egyptians understood that they could use sound to reduce their weight.
I'm sorry about it. Very, very, very passionate, Sean. Right. Now, a lot of you have all seen this film, The Shining, Jack Nicholson. It's a classic, right? Right. This is how it would have looked if Jim Carrey would have played Jack Torrance.
Hi, Lloyd. A little slow tonight, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Mr. Torrance. What'll it be?
I'm awfully glad you asked me that, Lloyd, because I just happen to have 2 20s and 2 10s right here in my wallet. I was afraid they were going to be there till next April. So here's what. You slip me a bottle of bourbon, a little glass, and some ice. You can do that, can't you, Lloyd? You're not too busy, are you?
No, sir. I'm not busy at all.
Good man. You set him up and I'll knock him back, Lloyd. One by one. White man's burden, Lloyd, my man. White man's burden. Say, Lloyd, it
seems I'm temporarily late. How's my credit in this joint, anyway?
Your credit's fine, Mr. Torrance.
That's swell. I like you, Lloyd. I always liked you. You were always the best of them. Best goddamn bartender from Timbuktu to Portland, Maine. Or Portland, Oregon, for that matter.
Thank you for saying so.
Here's to 5 miserable months on the wagon and all the irreparable harm that...
So, good, isn't it? Yeah, and obviously this one was probably a while ago. It's probably got a hell of a lot better now. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at a latest one, yeah? Let's have a look at one of the latest ones. What's this one here? Oh, my God. All right, let's have a look at this. Oh, shit, man. He could have been an actor, couldn't he? Maybe he is. Something to think about. The world is a stage. And it's full of actors. That's fucking mental, isn't it? What the fuck? Oh, mate. I weren't ready for that. I weren't ready for that. Bloody hell. I weren't ready for that. It's the fly. Okay, they put it. All right. Okay. Let me have a look at that.
Dialpad AI works for you. It won't make your coffee, but it will help.
Right. Fucking hell. Needed a bit more colour in his face there. A little bit more saturation. So, this was interesting. I was looking at this Nicola Bulley anagrams, and there's one. There's too many Y's here. There's one too many Y's. But if there wasn't, Nicola Bulley would spell "In Ye Loyal Club." I mean, it's, this is some of the. Obviously, there's not two Y's in Nicola Bulley. But in Loyal Club, and then you start seeing all the 33s and that. But then that makes me think, is this all, all planted? You know, so they can have a go at YouTubers and that. So, you know what I mean? If they want to do it, I'll take one for the team, and they always do it to me anyway. And it's only what they're planning anyway, so they might as well go along with their little plan, innit? You know what I mean? Oh, Brian Harvey, said Prince Charles when he went for a random walk in Walthamstow. Yeah, he did and all. Well, fuck you, I'm going to show you. Yeah, you think it's jokes, yeah? You think it's jokes? Prince Charles in Walthamstow, where I bloody live. Visits Walthamstow Market. He visited the market out. King Charles and Queen Camilla on surprise walkabout in Walthamstow, 18th of October, 2022. And I informed my local MP, and she went, "Oh, that must have been very distressing for you." Yeah, a little bit. But what was more distressing was the fact that you knew it would probably be distressing for me. Do you know what I mean? That was the worrying bit. Out of all the places in the world, while I'm talking about his brother, he goes for a random walk in Walthamstow. You think it's coincidence, yeah? Yeah? Do you know why he done that? Because it's him in the Red Rooms in 1994 in Covent Garden in Browns, the Red Rooms, behind a secret wall with 2 minors and Ghislaine Maxwell and 3 to 4 other adults. I estimate 5 of them, but it could have been more. I don't think it was less. But the person whose face I looked directly in was Ghislaine's. And I explained that woman away years before we even knew she was as someone that looked like Cherie Blair. A little bit. Yeah? So tell me I'm wrong. And then another celebrity, Daniela Westbrook, out of EastEnders in the UK over here. She's quite another famous person. I used to go out with her once upon a time. And she was the one that took me to that nightclub. All right? Now, she's just another one that's in with the Royals. She just never told me. That's all. She just never told me. So she's admitted it, but she hasn't admitted the names, but it's all admitted. Go down my videos on my channel, have a look, you'll see. Daniela Westbrook tells the truth for once. When you've all the new subscribers have finally caught up on what the fuck is going on over there, it's a bit random, bit weird. Some of my videos, depending on how I'm feeling that day, I might make a laugh and a joke and make light of stuff. But make no mistake about it, what is happening to me over here is very, very, very serious. And they've been caught out red-handed, and I have video evidence of it. And on top of it, I've got telephone hacking evidence against Rupert Murdoch's News International PLC that no one wants to touch. But they wanted to put me in the claims and try and palm me off with $5,000. So I'm good enough to do that, but now they don't want to hear all the evidence. I've got the news editor from the News of the World who called the job on, right? Robert Kellaway sent Robert Kellaway, the journalist who hacked me and Millie Dowler, right? Millie Dowler. And he's tapping my phone, and Scotland Yard don't want to know, even though I've got their paperwork, their Glenn Mulcair notes, which have got the same date on it with my phone number as the date that Robert Kellaway was transcribing his illegal recordings of me as requested by the police. Essex Police, as a matter of fact. DCI Simon Werritt, the Serious Crime Directorate for Essex. He's now called Digitally Simon on Twitter. And now he's a Christian pastor with a GoFundMe for £500,000. Yeah. A GoFundMe for £500,000, although I've mentioned it now and he seems to have hidden that. Yeah, he's hidden that. And now he will baptise you via VR. What the fuck is going on? You used to be the Serious Crime Directorate, now you're fucking Digitally Simon on a coffee shop on a Sunday fucking baptising people by VR. And that's not strange. It's not strange. Is it? It's fucking strange, I'll tell you now. So, when you get a chance, please have a look at the Andrew Ash interview. I offered to help a anti-child abuse activist, or what I believe to be, film his interviews and edit for him. He was running around with a camcorder. You know one of them fucking silly ones like that, right? Now, I watched these videos. I got sucked in. I thought this geezer was doing a really good thing. I reach out to him. He lets me come into his thing and help him. And then they take me to Hull to film what I believed and was told was, this is Operation Fernbridge's top witness, their chief witness. His name's Andrew Ash, and we've got to go to Hull to film him. So I rushed round and got fucking 3 Canon 5D cameras together to go up there and film him, even though I didn't want to go to Hull. I was going through some shit at the time, you know what I mean? The phone hacking was already starting, things were going wrong, right? And I went, but I offered to help, so I had to go. So I went, we filmed this geezer, and we got three recordings of him, and the interview that was done in front of the Express newspaper, James Fielding, whose face they wanted kept off of the tape, by the way, who also done the story with John Wedger on Baby P, where in the background is another fucking checkerboard, right? Now, I've gone into this old checkerboard and the Masonic symbolism. Bob Dahler was doing it when he's being interviewed on Crime Watch. He's sitting there doing that, right? He's sitting there doing that, yeah? And then when he's meeting David Cameron in the office, he's sitting there doing that again, yeah? Andrew Ash is doing that whenever he tells a lie. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're doing. I can't fucking see it. Like, are you fucking stupid or something? But then you point it out, you're mad. Really? Well, I caught you this time, haven't I? I've got Murdoch by the bollocks, Rupert Murdoch, the man. Rupert, I've got him. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. I've got him. That's why I'm getting ignored. That's why I'm getting ignored. Yeah, and the old Bill are helping him as well, because they should be doing their jobs and they're not. They've seen the evidence. They ain't done fuck all. You know why? Because they're scared. So they're going to attack me, make me look like the bad bloke, and you can use his case to do it if you want. Use a Nicola Bulley case if you want, right? I've explained why I'm suspicious of everyone, right? I've explained it. Now, if anyone's going to knock me, then please go and watch the Andrew Ash interview first. And also, by the way, you can Google him and type in Andrew Ash the Mirror. Because the people that were telling you not to speculate on stuff, yeah, they've still got Andrew Ash up in the mirror as a fucking victim. Now, we've all seen the panorama clip where they're calling him David. Alan Yentop, why are you calling him David? He was Andrew Ash, weren't he? Yeah, making him backtrack on that interview. Dubbed his voice, but it was him. And you've heard it. You've heard it. They've been caught out royally. Yeah, and on top of that, what I see of Prince Andrew all them years ago, they're trying to make me suffer now. So they're trying to make you lose your house, cut your benefits, slag you off, say you're mad, not help you. I've still got a hole in my fucking hip. I sat here 3 years ago with the same. No one's done nothing. No one's done nothing. If anything, the situation's got worse. I've now got no kitchen. At the same time they're trying to give me a new kitchen, you're trying to kick me out. What the fuck? You people are all off your nut. I know it's all orchestrated, and I'm going to fucking obliterate you all in the end. Yeah? So, if anyone's got any criticisms of me with regards to the Nicola Bulley case and some of the angles that I'm taking, well, it'll only be their guilt trips on you that will stop you looking and investigating everything. It'll only be their guilt trips that will stop you. Oh, you can't do that, you know, that's fucking bit out of a net. And what if they're lying? You're taking their fucking word for everything, and I'm telling you, you can't take their word on nothing. So, yeah, I'm going to check if she's a real person. Yeah, I want to see fucking video evidence of her moving and her at a party with her friends. Where's all the fucking videos? All I'm seeing is a picture, yeah, a background, a dog. That's it. Once a month. Boom, 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 boom. All the pictures looking the same. Now, is this an AI-generated person or not? We'll never know, will we? We'll never know. We got to take their word for it. Who made you the official fucking voice anyway? You know what I mean? Who made these people the official? Why can we only believe you and we're out of order and should feel guilty if we've got our own thoughts and fucking opinions on things? Why should it be like that? If it's waffle and there's no credence to anything that I'm saying, fucking don't worry about it. Leave it up there then. Let me get laughed at. Simple, isn't it? Really? Fucking simple. King Charles and Queen Camilla on a surprise walkabout in Walthamstow. But it's got fuck all to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. You're paranoid, Brian. Yeah, all right, I'm paranoid. I ain't got phone tapping evidence. You didn't lie about the fucking Millie Dowler fucking where she was taken. You're telling the fucking public she's taken on Station Avenue, and at the point she was taken, the friend didn't see it, and the camera on the Bird's Eye building was facing the wall because it was on a timer. All these dead ends, you know, that's what they do. You know, fucking, it's a dead end. You can't go any further on it because, you know, you fucking lying bunch of fucking cunts. Lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, protecting paedophile ring after paedophile ring after paedophile ring, protecting News International PLC from phone tapping charges and criminal corporate charges being brought with Leveson 2 that we was all promised, all forgotten about now. We've had a few prime ministers since then. We've had the fucking robot, haven't we? Go on, Theresa. Fucking hell. We didn't even vote her in. Now she's out there representing us. Go on, Theresa does. Fucking thing. While her husband is the biggest cannabis dealer in the UK. But it's illegal for you to have it. I mean, hypocrites. Boris Johnson. You can't go out and can't go out. Who's coming to my party then? You know, we get head of the police, Cressida Dick. Who else we got? Ed Balls. Sir Paul Condom. Are you taking a fucking piss or what? They're taking the piss out of us. Let me just say right now, America, if you're watching, thank you for coming over here and watching this. Let me just inform you of this right now. You see the police and all of the people that this country hold in high regard, whether it be, I don't know, Boris Johnson or Prince Charles or whatever, they don't fucking represent us. Got it? They don't represent us. Not even a little bit. Go and ask anyone in this country, anyone, go up to any random person on the street and they will fucking tell you the same thing. No one likes them. They're weird, right? They're weird. You know, I remember watching them around this tree, trying to plant this tree. Him, the Queen, and someone else. It was fucking put that down. Just get them out of here. This is bad. You know, you've got to put on this false facade of the royal family by the lake and having a picnic and everything's normal, and it just looks all fucking abnormal. If you've got to try so hard to be normal, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. Yeah, Prince Harry, he's all right, but at the end of the day, his family's got to be in on it. He's been doing the diversion and all with Meghan. Look over here, look, it's bloody, look what I'm doing. I'm rebelling against my book, Spare. And I know you fucking film, mate. Yeah, Spare, buy my book, Spare. Look over here, don't look over there, there's other stuff going on. Look, we've got to pretend we're all falling out. This is a shambles, this is going terribly wrong. But watch it all come together for the coronation. Sure. Yeah, watch. You know what happens next. Off the back of this, they're going to hang this case out a bit longer, right? It may turn into a murder inquiry, it may not. But we all know from what we're looking at on there that it should, shouldn't it, really? It should do. Lay-bys and all that fucking dodgy circumstances. I believe Peter Fording's going to end up getting made right. Because he was, but only when it turns into a murder inquiry. And if it doesn't turn into a murder inquiry off the back of Ron's statement, contradictive statement, and finding her body by chance where there's a lay-by, where the road meets the river. She never went in that water, apart from the end. If it's real. I'm going to assume it is, right? I'm going to assume it is. I'm going to go along with it. I'm going to assume it is. Because, you know, have they got a body? You know, it's just so like, I don't know. If it's real and someone's murdered her, we're going to find out who it is. And I believe we already know. Who else can it be? You know, the police know they're going to go and fucking check first, don't they? Yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. This was interesting. I was reading this yesterday. Although my fucking eyes ain't what they used to be, you know. That being an almost perfect anagram of her name. That's where we go back there to In Ye Loyal Club. So there's not two Y's there. So in Ye Loyal Club. What would a loyal club be? A loyal club to me would be a Masonic club. Yeah, 33. That's what it would be to me. That's what I'd call it. That's what I'd call a loyal club. I'd say, well, that's Masonic. Almost been a perfect anagram for her name. Unfortunately, since I coined it, internet sleuths have correctly deduced it doesn't quite work, as there are one too many Y's. I knew I should have got the Scrabble tiles out instead of messing around in Word on my phone. An allegory for the merits of analog over digital and authenticity over AI, if ever I heard one. Anyway, so blah, 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 blah. Anyway, he's going on about the case there. Watch this brief 9-minute primer on...
Okay, I think he's got one.
Hey, on your number 10, where you're saying...
All right, I didn't plan this, but I meant to watch this the other day, and I think we should watch this. All right, Boston bombing. Naomi Wolf exposes fake news, false flags. Because that's what they call these. I mean, you know this anyway. You all know this. You're not new to all this.
Saying how well, you know, the whole, you know.
If you're over
law,
here and you're on my channel, you're not new to any of this.
When we were looking for a pressure cooker and 2 teenagers, you know, and then they took over the whole city and shut it down, and to me that looked a whole lot like martial law.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't believe. See, this is why I didn't want to give this talk, because I knew that we'd have this conversation. And now it's on the record. All right, let me take a step back. And we have to deal with it. Let me take a step back and a deep breath, because this is a very painful thing to talk about. So, all over the world, we know, it's well established, the State Department and intelligence agencies engage
She's wearing red.
In theater, and it's what they do, it's spycraft, to create spectacles and events that people may not realize are spectacles and events, but that, well, like the overthrow of Mossadegh in the 50s in Iran. They'll funnel money to protesters, they'll, fly people in to infiltrate protesters, they'll create fake newspapers, and so on. So we know that this happens in countries around the world. I believe that a law has been passed in the United States, I think it's part of the Defense Authorization Act, I need to confirm this, that, now makes it legal to propagandize American citizens. Do we know about that? Yeah, it's true. And is it in the NDAA or is it in something else, do we know? It's a separate bill. It's a separate bill, and it's been passed, it's now law? Do we know what the 2 years ago. Do we know what the name of it is?
It's law to be able to propagandize against their own people. I mean, why would you pass a law like that? It's like Jack Straw passing a law that if you're a kid and you're in care, it's illegal for you to speak out if you're being abused. Now, who would create a fucking law like that unless you was a fucking nonce? And his brother was. Jack Straw, the Home Secretary's brother, was a nonce. Got dumped for it twice. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Google it. Don't believe me.
The link. Yeah. Thank you. So what this means is, and I, as a journalist to say these words, I can't tell you with what a heavy heart I say them, but we've entered an era in which it is not crazy to assess news events to see if they're real or not real.
Thank you.
And in the United States as well as overseas.
Thank you.
In fact, it's kind of crazy not to.
Thank you. We're not clapping for the NHS now.
You know, there's so much hype about what I just said, and so I want to be very clear about it so it can't be taken out of context.
I want to be very clear. I love the NHS and the PDSA.
You know, there's
and we should do more for the PDSA as well.
Reflexive vilification of anyone speculating about that because they become a conspiracy theorist.
Sound familiar? Does this all sound familiar? Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Right? Well, just bear with me. You know, I've often thought about this because...
You're bloody conspiracy theorists. Yeah, you're wrong. Guilt trip, guilt trip, guilt trip. Put your head down in shame.
Because our intelligence agencies, and I respect spies. I mean, you know, who are doing, like before it got out of control, I believe we need intelligence. I believe we need intelligence agencies. I don't think there's anything dishonorable about being in the intelligence services if you obey the Constitution and the law. But all over the world, our intelligence services are engaged in conspiring to create outcomes. That's their job. That's how they're successful. So now that it's illegal to propagandize in the United States, it doesn't surprise me that there's more and more products coming up in popular culture, more and more events in the news stream that seem to be, to my eye, to be subsidized. Let me give you some examples of that. I'm not talking about Boston right now. I'll get to that. We also talked earlier about infiltrators, right? And how they provoke violence. This is well established.
Bill Maloney!
So if we know that infiltrators by the police, NYPD, they've been documented, or other police forces, dress up like people they're not and provoke violence, why is it unthinkable that there might be spectacles that might drive an outcome?
They're called agent provocateurs.
In the news stream. Let me give you a couple of quick examples. And all I'm saying is
Bill Maloney had a press pass. I mean, it was an out-of-date press pass, but he had a press pass.
Unfortunately, and I have to say this to my fellow journalists as well, we've entered a time in which we need to be very skeptical about the news stream and look at it critically and ask for more verification and more inquiry.
I agree.
And that's just being good reporters.
Yeah, it is.
And it makes it like this, there's
due diligence. Yeah, what is it, okay?
Spectacle fed into the news
Due
media in
diligence,
China.
okay, yeah. Have you looked in the cupboard, though, okay, yeah?
Spectacle fed into, like Chile. How did Pinochet, you know, engage in his coup? He created photographs of a cache of weapons that the terrorists had, you know, hidden. Was it real? Was it not? Most historians think it wasn't. I mean, this is like not unusual.
It's not unusual to create stories from time to time. Do-do-do-do-do-do. It's not unusual for Piers Morgan to do it too. For the Mirror on the freight page when you were the editor. Let me find it. Just come into my head while she was saying that. Piers Morgan, fake story. He's a Murdoch man, by the way. Got a new news channel. Photograph of the scandal. Photographs in the wake of Abu Ghraib scandal. Morgan's Daily Mirror published photographs of British soldiers abusing Iraqi civilians that ultimately turned out to be fake. Yeah, so they do it. And guess what? He works for Murdoch, whose newspaper put a fake story out on me and imprisoned me over it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. How did they do that to you, Brian, and get away with it? Well, they didn't, you see. They didn't. They're paying for it right now, as we speak, because we've got Americans watching, you know, and they're going to spread it around, and it's going to go around Europe, and it's going to go around France and Russia and Germany, and pretty soon it'll be all over the world. Oh, yeah. All over the world. Morgan, editor, sacked over fake photos, but then he promoted later on to his own show in America, where he tried to take over your gun control. Yeah, little British bastard, go on, piss off. What are you doing over here anyway, messing with our constitution? Yeah. So yeah, they do it. Okay, so we're just gonna go back now. So they can AI, they can create fucking any angle you like of any. It's doable, right? So this is not conspiracy theory. It's fucking due diligence, right? That's what it is. That's what it is. And I won't hear another word in it. There's another couple of liars. There you go. There's Ian Puddick. Hey, funded me a ninja. Ninja? What's a ninja, Brian? You're not a fucking madman. A ninja was a digital recorder that went on top of your DSLR camera. It was like another screen with a hard drive in it, and you could record in ProRes for bloody 8 hours, depending on the size of the hard drive that you put inside. What you don't do is put one of these on a bloody camcorder with a DV tape in it. It's unheard of, Sean. So he goes on Sean Atwood's, and Sean Atwood lets him, and Puddick comes on and promotes his, what I believe, my opinion, my view, to be a fake backstory. This guy works for the Queen. So how much of a truther could he really be? And he also claims to be a plumber. He's a plumber, yeah. And he says, I'm very talented and, I should make music. Just do it, just do it. Go on, do it. I'll play it for you in a bit. He just tells me, like, forget all this. Do it. And then he goes, he's not well, is he? He's not well. And it is a complete and utter piss take. And this bloke worked for the Queen and also funded me the equipment, the Ninja recorder, that Bill Maloney bought round for me, funded by him, so that me, Bill Maloney, Chris Fay and Mick could go to Hull and film Andrew Ash, which we did. And the interview, which is up there, the Express interview, we just turned up when we got there, set the cameras up. That is us just fresh getting now and setting up and recording that interview, which you've seen go on the front page of the Express newspaper, and it is in the Mirror newspaper today. So don't tell me that they don't create fake fucking stories. And then when you go to question them, they hit you with a fucking guilt trip. Right, this is what they do. We're going to come back to Puddick and that. We're more likely finish on them too, because, Sean's quite funny, and but at the same time, he's really hard to watch. Especially when he does promotions that he's getting paid for on his videos. And he's really just quite odd. He's looking at the auto cue, and he's just really strange. He's a strange man. You are a very strange man. Now, let's just look at these images again quickly. I mean, if you go on Unreal Engine, I'm going to fucking show you. I know we're jumping about it, but stay with me, please. Stay with me. We're going to come back to that as well. And we're going to come back to the bird who was just talking. Where is she? Oh, where's this woman gone? She's gone. Piers Morgan, fake story. But then all he seems to do is climb the fucking ladder. He's got another new show now with Jeremy Cole, another fucking wrong'un, who's, didn't someone fucking die because of him or something? I don't fucking know. Something, anyway, don't say it wrong. Someone fucking died as a result of his show or committed suicide. Something. It was something. I remember watching it, but I can't. But you're fucking wrong. And anyway, dickhead. He's a fucking idiot, yeah? And he's on the same thing now with Piers Morgan, yeah? And it's all backed by Murdoch, yeah? Rupert Murdoch. So you got a couple of fuckwits, like, heading the news network for a start. And why are we listening to them? Piers Morgan... For fuck's sake, what a twit. What an absolute twit. Do you know, his missus tried to take back an old pot of creme de la mer to Selfridges. I used to go out with a girl and she worked in Selfridges, and she went, Piers Morgan's missus come in today, and tried to return an old pot of creme de la mer. You fucking tramp. Yeah? It fucking says everything about him, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to carry on, but we're going to jump about, right? But it's better if we jump about because it's variety. You don't get bored then and stand still, All right then.
In the process of creating a closed society. So if laws have made it legal to assassinate American citizens and legal to propagandize them, why should it be crazy or weird to think that that might be for a reason, right? All right. I saw the movie
for a reason. For a reason. Sarah Everard case, I don't know why I liken it to this case. It could be the 33s involved and the Mason names and the stuff, yeah? Because for some reason, I don't know why they give themselves away by doing these things. Just don't put them things in there if you're going to try and get away with it, and then there's nothing for us to speculate on. It's quite simple. So these Satanists and these people, these Masonic 33 fucking people, have clearly got to do stuff in the open. And if you're stupid enough to see, you know, go along with it, then fucking they've done it in the open. Apparently, it's part of their code or something. I don't know. But if you work for the devil and you're devious, just you know, don't fucking say nothing. But they want us to speculate. That's the thing. That is the thing. They want this, and then we'll go, no, you bloody conspiracy theorist and that. But I like where this woman's coming from. And I think it's important that we listen to it, so we're going to carry on.
Zero Dark 30, thank you very much. And I have worked on 2 presidential campaigns, so I recognize political talking points.
Yeah, man, so she's done shit. So she's not a no one, just throwing her opinion out there. She's done shit, so she knows how it works at the top.
And I wrote a piece saying, this reads like the Pentagon signed off on the script. Because
I bet Trump loved her, innit? Yeah, I'd grab him by the pussy.
There were like chunks of political talking
I know you don't talk like that.
points identifiable to anyone who's worked in Washington, right? And you don't come up with those if you're a writer writing a screenplay. And everyone was very upset. It was very controversial and scandalous. But in fact, belatedly, a news story came out saying that in fact the Pentagon had, I think, subsidized some of it, but had certainly consulted directly on the script. And I see more and more TV shows.
I remember that story that they put out. Do you remember? A plane hit the Pentagon. Do you remember that? It vaporised on impact, made its way round all of the lights outside, the poles. Fucking done well. That was done very well. And then vaporised on impact, all the metal engines and all that just vaporised. But the bodies are available for DNA testing. It's great, isn't it, the way it works? There's no fucking wing holes in it. It's just a fucking hole. And it was like you missed all them fucking street lamps and everything. Done well there, mate, I tell you.
Shows about the CIA and more TV shows about spies and gigantic blockbusters in which surveillance is normalized and gigantic blockbusters in which people are...
Is it me? Is it just me, or do you keep looking at her tits as well? Honestly, I'm just being honest here. Are you doing that as well?
Tortured.
They know what they're doing when they put certain people in there. You can imagine all the geezers in suits walking about, hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, dinner, how are you?
To get them to talk in a way that might exonerate people who actually tortured people, to get them to talk in Guantanamo. And there's all this money being pumped into these unaccountable, terrorism fighting things. And now there's no law preventing that money from going through front organizations right into popular culture. So that's of interest to me. And so another thing I want to say, and there's so many people waiting to ask a question, but I just need to say this, is I'm skeptical of certain news events that seem more theatrical than the norm, or I want to ask questions about them. Because I was in CNN once recently, and they were reporting a story about a water skier who had been decapitated on a lake between Mexico and the United States, and it had something to do with a terrorism threat, right? And I was like, decapitated water skier. Sometimes you hear these things and it's like so novelistic. You're like, real life doesn't work that way. Like, these are so novelistic. Someone's coming up with it to make it stick in the popular imagination. Or it just makes you think, well, I'd like to document that.
I mean, that's why they got Peter Jukes to live tweet the whole hacking trial. He's an ex-playwright. He's a playwright. Who better to come up with the bloody script?
Reporter, what's the source? And it kept being just this one guy, Judge Arpajo in Texas. I may be mispronouncing his name. He's a very, yes. He was the source. And I have this wonderful Facebook community all over the world. And I went on Facebook and I'm like, Mexican Facebook community, is there any reporting about a beheaded water skier in this lake, in this place in Mexico? And they're like, no, what are you talking about? There's nothing like that. Doesn't exist. So I turned to the CNN producer and said, do you have a second source for this story? And it was all over the news, all over the news, all over the news. And they're like, and they checked and it's like, nope, just this guy, judge, whatever.
A spokesman said.
A second source?
A close source to the family said.
And they were...
A pal said.
Blushing and embarrassed, and they looked and they confessed that they didn't have a second source, which if you know what journalism is, you're supposed to confirm it with two sources. So ever since that experience, CNN is running with this. No one's verifying it. Journalists aren't in a position to follow up on anything anymore because budgets are slashed and there's no investigative reporting. All this nonsense can enter the media stream for purposes that have to do with advancing agendas because no one's checking. That's all I want to say about that.
Advancing agendas. Now, what sort of an agenda are we going to get off the back of a case like this? I think you know the answer to that.
Can I take more questions? So Boston, I guess my feeling about any of these things is let's investigate. We need to investigate. We need to ask better questions. We need to interview the doctors at the hospital. We need to interview the victims. We need to, get all the footage ourselves. We need to train citizens to be journalists and to have websites. And I'm busy building one as a startup where citizen journalists can document events so that we're not leaving it to the gatekeepers. Yeah. That answer your question?
Yes.
That wasn't your question. I'm so sorry. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, sir.
Suggestion and a wish for you.
Thank you.
We're all.
All right. Stop it with your adverts now. Stop it. That was bloody good, wasn't it? That was good. I think I'm going to keep that. No, I don't want that. I don't go back one.
Okay, I think he's got one.
Yeah. I think I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that in my OBS folder, not my BMX folder. Yeah, so very interesting insight there into they do this. And it's been legislated over there. I wonder if there's anything in the UK. Probably. Something else that they slipped through while we was looking at Sarah Everard, no doubt. But yeah, I believe that. There's going to be an agenda off the back of it, so we know to expect something there. And she's worked within the White House and that. So, I agree with her, man. I agree with her. I agree with everything that she just said then. And yes, you can deep fake quite easily. I've only ever seen one bit of moving video image of the lady in question. You know what I mean? I just want to reiterate that we want to help, right? If it's real, and there is, it's 50-50, isn't it? Yeah, let's be honest, it's 50-50. We're seeing a load of signs, but there's something wrong here. That much I'm gonna commit to. There's something seriously wrong here. It feels to me like the police obviously knew more at the time because they'd been and done a welfare check. Now, whether this is backstory or not, I don't fucking know. But they knew something, right? There'd been some sort of welfare check or something there, right? There was some sort of drama going on. And they're trying to say, menopause and drink related. So, subliminally, you were going to start edging in your mind towards, maybe she committed suicide, maybe because it does happen, but it didn't happen here. But this is where the police are leading you by saying, we don't believe there's a third party involvement, although we need to keep an open mind whether there was a third party involved. So it's like, why say it like that? Just fucking say what it is. It's so cagey, you know what I mean? We stand by. We believe that Nicola fell into the river, and then you look at the river. Bits of it are like 1.5 feet high. Like she'd have got caught up somewhere visible within 3 weeks, long before that. But 3 weeks later, she appears tangled up in a bush, which they're calling reeds, which was actually a bent over sort of half dead tree bush type sort of turnout. And clearly, you know, a van has pulled up in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep, when the coast is clear, in some sort of a dark van, turned the lights off, sat there for a minute, thought, right, all good, it's all quiet, yeah? And then, I mean, for people to do that anyway, and not expecting old builders to be doing an odd random fucking drive about, so someone had inside knowledge there to even do that. But the bottom line is she had to end up in the river at the end, which only supports the police's hypothesis that they want you to believe. But the rest of the world thinks something's wrong. But the police turn out to be right. And then this guy finds her, who's a psychic. And there is quoted in The Independent that he believes it was a psychic gift or whatever. So there is a psychic, spiritual, supernatural element to the story now. And you heard what that woman said. Yeah, when it all feels, basically what she's saying is when it all feels a little bit like there's too much going on, it's a bit like a film. It's normally made up. So if anyone ever did question, you know, you can't say that, you can't fucking say that. Well, I did say that. And other people that have worked within the White House are even saying things like that. So don't tell me that it don't go on. So there is every chance that this could be fake. And again, I will say at this point, if it's not, I am deeply, deeply sorry to the family, because I'm not setting out to upset the family. Why the fuck would I want to do that? I think I've got a bit of inside knowledge here onto how things really work. I'm showing everyone the proof for it. And, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? Unless you think I'm a liar. Maybe you think I'm like, oh, fucking, what's he got on there? What's he got? Night Riders? What's that then? What's that? That was a band that a few of us come up with a few years ago. Fuck all came of it. But I still got the hoodie, still got the hoodie. So that's what's behind that. I don't know. Is there anything here that bothers you? Is there anything that bothers you? Is my cup Masonic or something? It's fucking not. It's not. I'm not a Mason. I'm not involved in none of this shit. I just put that up front in it and put it out there. Do you think I was involved? You see my house? You see the fucking video? Yeah? No doors on. No carpet throughout the place. No fucking heating. There's my fucking heater. Yeah, look. There's my heater. No, I got it as a prop. No, that's to fucking convince you. Do you still want me? Still want me? So, if I'm a Mason, I hope I'm fucking, you want to be living better than this. Fuck's sake. No, he's just fucking making it look good. Yeah, for fucking 10 years. Yeah, all right. Well, so I suspect all this shit. Yeah, I suspect it. I do believe it's Masonic. Like I say, the police end up being right. And I don't like that. I don't like that because they're not right. They're not right. It's not straightforward. She fell into the river and turned up 3 weeks later. No, I'm not having that. I'm not having that. Because Ron has now said that Penny tied the dog up. Right? What's she tying the dog up for? What, because you got fucking signs up, you must keep dog on leash. But then Ron's all right. And he's mic'd up. All that shit going on while he's talking. He's on cue, Oh, you saw the phone. Oh, still want me? You know what I mean? Like, he messed up big time on that, and I'll rate that Eddie for picking up on that. And then also the lay-by, man. It just says it all, doesn't it? All these police, they were like, we're baffled, I'm sure she fell in that bloody river. Let's look again. Look again, will you? God, there she is. Like, it's fuck off. Yeah. If it's real, she was murdered. Let's get to the bottom of it. Innit? Let's get to the bottom of it. Why don't you want to get to the bottom of nothing? Don't get to the bottom of fucking phone hacking. Clearly they're lying about Millie Dowler. Was she murdered under Walton Bridge or was she murdered on Station Avenue? People can't seem to make their fucking minds up which way they're going with the lie. And it's just fucking, I'm like, I have to question everything. And then the timing of the events that are now, I'm kind of getting like a bit of a backlash within, something's wrong with your benefits now, you're fucking grand behind, and it's like, No, they're orchestrating this. And I'm going to show you what they do to me. Well, I'm going to show you a bit of footage here. And this is the type of shit that I've been putting up with. This video was originally for Alex Belfield because I thought I was going to get on his show for a minute. Of course, I'd have got on his show and expanded my fucking audience. Why wouldn't you? I'd have gone on there and nicked all his subscribers. Why? Because I want to get my fucking story out. Again, I say to you, I'm not monetised over here. You're not getting adverts on me. The only time you're going to get an advert on me is if I've used a little bit of music in the background while I'm talking and it's someone else's. And they're allowed to monetise because I've used that little piece of music. It's that simple. There's no adverts on there. Nothing. I'm not monetised. Yeah? I don't want your money. I'm not bothered about your fucking money. Yeah? I ain't got fucking GoFundMe or fucking Patreon and I ain't got nothing. I don't monetise these videos. Now, if I was a dirtbag... yeah, or you wanted to use something against me, go, oh, these Nicola Bulley videos that are going up, you're monetising all that. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You don't fucking go around trying to make money out of things like that. I'm not monetised. I'm on benefits and I'm fucking fuming over the fact they keep cutting it and fucking it about because now I'm behind on the rent. I've got £100 less every 2 weeks. Like, what the fuck do you think I'm living on? And by the way, you've got fucking 1 extra bedroom. It's yeah, like it's done on purpose. It's done on purpose. And then you lose the plot and go, yeah, you fucking... well, I'm going to put the phone down because I'm not going to be spoken to like that on the other end of the phone. Okay, I'm going now. And they put the phone down. You're like, you fucking cunt. You know, this is what it's become. Everything's used against you. I trust nothing. I don't trust the mainstream media. And this is... some real police, some fake police turning up at my house and helping Murdoch and helping Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell because they got a plan to turn things round. And you think they're going to fucking let me get in the way of it? I don't fucking think so, lad. Don't fucking think so. Here's what I'll go through.
Yeah, what's it regarding, mate?
Thanks, Harvey.
No lapel numbers. Big black van pulls up. Check this out. No one helps me, though. Yeah, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim.
I'm better if I speak to you. Just inside. How you doing, mate? You alright? Can't see you properly. How you doing? You alright?
Not really, no. What's the matter?
Basically, we just need to speak to you very quickly.
They always fucking get you when you're down.
It would be better to do it inside.
No, you're not coming in my house again, mate. I had all that last time.
No,
I got...
no problems here.
No, why don't you just tell me what you want from here?
Okay. I mean, we'd like you to sign something as well.
What is it?
Okay, we'll read it to you. Read it to you. You can decide whether to sign it or not.
Can you believe this? Keep watching.
Come closer because it might be easier.
No, you're all right, mate. Stay where you are. Mate, stay where you are. Stay where you are. No, it's not all right. I'm in fear for my life from the police, yeah? Because the police ain't acted right on the phone tapping evidence, so...
Right, we're nothing to do with phone tapping. We're just going to read you this letter, okay? Okay. Mr. Brian Harvey. Wait, so I don't really want to do it, to be honest. I'll come closer because I don't really want to speak to it. I don't want to speak to
No,
you.
go on. What is it? What is it about?
So it's called a threat to life warning notice.
A what?
A threat to life warning notice.
What's that?
Basically, so I'm going to read it out to you and just make sure you understand it. Alright?
It's a what notice?
Threat to life warning notice.
Mine?
Yeah.
Right.
So read it to you.
Threat to my life?
That's why we'd rather speak to you in person.
No, I can't. I'm sorry, mate. I can't. I'm sorry. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I know my life's in danger.
Okay.
Look at a black van.
So I'll read out to you.
Mind games.
Is it alright if you just come to the bottom
No,
of the
mate.
window,
You read it. No.
How many times I told you, cunt?
Right. Mr. Brian Harvey, I'm receiving the following information, which suggests that your personal safety is now in danger.
Hey there, folks. This is an interesting conversation between two police officers.
This is the police on November 22nd, same date Levi Belfield got arrested, right? But years prior. November 22nd, 2017. This is Ian Puddick, the guy that I showed you on Sean Atwood's show. He had me arrested that morning, yeah, and these police took my computers. They got guns on them. They come in my house. I don't think they're real, these police, right? I think they're probably National Crime Agency, right? Working in conjunction. The police letting it happen. They're the police letting it happen. But they've come and took my computers for malicious communication. And what's actually happening here is one officer is talking to another and saying, well, if the offence is online, then there's no need to take the computers. And the other one goes to him, shh, seize the computers. Can you imagine if I played this in court? Ian Puddick is so fucked, yeah? And these police, they're fucked. And I didn't pick up on it because I had the camera recording. I thought, fuck. And there was at a door, all the cameras and things going off, recordings and that going off. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it jarred me up. And they knew that, and they come and done it early in the morning on purpose, and they keep doing it. And I'm going to show you evidence of it. But this is what I'm putting up with in the UK. So, you know, if you don't, like, if you think, who is this geezer? What's he done? He used to be in a band. He used to sing, I did. I've seen something I shouldn't have done, and since then I've been getting terrorised. You know, my records ain't been getting played back. Not that I give a fuck about any of that anymore. I'm a different person now. I'm not interested in none of that shit no more. I'm not interested. But yeah, basically, I've just been ridiculed in this country. I mean, I've sold about 30 million records, all in total, every single record, everything, all in, worldwide, all accounted for. And like, I'm over here on benefits. That shouldn't be happening. And I've been kept down. There's been some good records and things that should have done well and didn't get the support because everything seemed to stem from BBC Radio 1. And BBC Radio 1 were never going to support me because people like Alan Yentop, the head of the BBC, that on the video that you saw the other day, is friends with people like Terence Comran, who were mentors to my ex-manager, Tom Watkins, who I'm calling a paedophile and a child trafficker, and a rapist of one of our band members, which the police that have reported it, they ain't done nothing about it. Yeah. Now they try to pretend to me that my ex-manager's dead. So that kind of leads, dead end. You know, one of them dead ends that you get. Oh, why didn't the camera get me? Oh, it was facing fucking war, wasn't it? Oh, right, a dead end answer. So yeah, he's hiding in Honolulu, and they took down off of Channel 4 my ex-manager's build of one of his new houses called a White Sugar Cube House, and it was on a program called Grand Designs. And because he's mentioned on there where he's going to fuck off to when he pretends to die, which is Honolulu, because it's the best place to recover from diabetes, which he had. So what they've done, or he's done, and in conjunction with Ian Puddick and this fake child abuse activist, Bill Maloney, they've convinced me that he's got cancer. And he's going to die. And they've done it a few years up front. 2015 they've done it. Put him in the newspaper. Look, he's selling his ass. He looks like a coat hanging out of the cunt with his leather on. He's smothering him. He used to be a big fat cunt. Yeah? And he's in the paper looking all fucked, looking like he's selling that big white ass. Right? And he's got liver cancer. No, he ain't. He's had a fucking tummy tuck and he's fucked off to live with all the money in Honolulu. The end. He ain't fucking dead. He ain't dead. And then all the media went with his funeral in the afternoon. I've still got the video of it because I went live. And in the afternoon, one afternoon sitting there, Tom Watkins dead. E17, ex-manager dead. All the newspapers have gone dead. Not one artist. Oh, rest in peace, Tom. Nothing. It's almost like the media put that out there for you so you could fucking do one. And then who was my ex-manager's best friend? A guy called Jonathan King. Now, Jonathan King was done by the fake sheikh who used to work for the News of the World, Rupert Murdoch's people, done a hit story on Jonathan King, ex-BBC Radio 1 DJ. Thanks, Alan. And he was running a paedophile ring for VIP perverts. So basically, he was supplying little boys and girls to all the high-up VIP politicians and establishment figures, right? And in that paedophile ring would have been Max Clifford, Gary Glitter, my ex-manager, and a shitload of others. Jimmy Savile, he'd have been in it. Right, all this little lot are all connected, and this would have been your VIP paedophile ring. And Jonathan King went to prison, and this was 2001. One of the people that I heard helped put him in prison was Jeremy Payne. And Jeremy Payne was the officer who found Roy Whiting in the Sarah Payne case. Yeah, nothing strange going on there either. And it was reported in the Telegraph about Sarah Payne and Roy Whiting. by a Stuart Payne in the Telegraph. And then when I think about the Madeleine McCann case, there was a Payne there too. And then when you look into the Nicola Bulley case, the bloke here, Peter Fording, who was it years ago? Who was the other woman he didn't find? Nicola Payne. And he's friends with Mark Williams, Bacon, Lettuce and Tomato Williams Thomas, who exposed Savile. And he's on this case, this Nicola Bulley case, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Mark Williams, Bacon, Lettuce and Tomato Williams Thomas was supposed to come round and see me in 2015 with Stinson Hunter, the paedophile hunter. Do you remember him? They were supposed to come round and see me. It never happened. It never happened. So I'll carry on with this. This is the police for you, all right? This is to the Bulley family. This is what you got looking after your case. This is what they're like behind the scenes.
During
when they think you can't hear.
Brian Harvey's arrest, the same arrest where they seized his computers and all that, I've cleaned the audio in my music studio best I could to try and isolate what is actually being said. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's brought to my attention a lady in one of the Facebook groups posted that she could hear this whispering between the officers, and it ends with one officer saying shh to the other one, which I find extremely interesting. So anyway, without further ado, I'll just play it back for you guys and you can make your own mind up.
If it's on YouTube, when it's already uploaded, and I can't tell whether it's been uploaded. Because if it's too,
telling him shush, you know, seize the computers, because obviously that was going to cause me the most aggravation at that time. But the other funny thing that was going on at that time was my solicitor in the phone hacking case, Richard Mallet, was just facing prosecution from the Solicitors Regulation Authority and being struck off as a solicitor for 13 years for fraud. All right, some sort of investment fraud. Yeah, he was something. It was people. He took a few million off people. This is the geezer that was representing me in the phone hacking, who rung me 24th of the 4th, 12, and said to me, "Oh, I think you've got a real brilliant case here. It's a slam dunk case. They're talking some big figures." And he said to me, "This is millions." And then they turned around and offered me $5,000 and cover everything up. And here I've been since 2013, 2014, trying to show you all. And here I am today. And now I'm looking into other cases and other things because I can see what ain't right. And I know, right, that this ain't right when the police 24 hours later, when the police 24 hours prior to this, what I'm about to show you, the police were here doing a welfare check. Called on by one random YouTuber. And they'll get the police coming round. "Are you all right, Brian?" You know, start talking to you like a fucking idiot, don't they? So 24 hours before, they stressed me out. Like, "What are you all doing there? Fuck off." So Lee was there. I've got the video. I'm screaming at him out the window. "You're fucking causing me alarm and distress. Fuck off." The next morning, this happens. So Nicola Bulley ain't the only one to get, the police turn up to do welfare checks. But did they do this to her 24 hours later? All on behalf of a transvestite. This, what's happening here. Another YouTuber calls me this. Wound me up online. Got me to react. Tried to. And then this happens. And by the way, PC Sweet in here knows DCI Simon Werrett from my phone hacking case. who was liaising with Robert Kellaway, who hacked me and Millie Dowler illegally, requesting telephone recordings of me. He knows him. He knows him. And it's either his sister or his missus, this DC PC Dieter Sweeting. He's been a PC for fucking many years. I'd be a bit pissed off if I was him. He's still a PC. I've got paperwork with him on it 2012 and he's still a PC. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, here's what a YouTuber did to me. Riot gear in the background, look at them. And there's loads of them up the road. There's about 20 now. I'm not joking. Now, they've just woke me up out my bed, right? They've done this before with the other lot. Now, this is all, right, because a YouTuber rung up, yeah, and decided to give me a fucking bad time. And the police all jump on it, yeah, for him. Yeah? This is what you get. Now, all of this was done with no warrant. They had no warrant. So how did they sign out all the riot gear, all the gas bottles and the grinders to take my metal gate away, which is there for protection on my life, because I believe the royal family want me dead? Yes, it's true. I believe that. I believe that. And I believe they've terrorised me along with the BBC and the police and the media for many, many years. And now they've got to a point where they can't fucking control me no more. And people are starting to listen to me. So I would expect the YouTube channel to get taken down soon, because this is what they do every time. I've been at nearly 50,000 subscribers before, which even in the grand scheme of things, when you've sold the amount of records that I've sold, they're keeping me down, yeah? And there's a reason for that. And this is me being terrorised by the police with no warrant. Who wants to get woke up like that? And 24 hours before, they've done a welfare check. Called on by another random YouTuber.
We've got an eye group who I shot this girl that was okay.
Talking about jumping over the fence, you know, with no warrant and shit. Look, all this for one bloke. What are them people in the background doing with a right look at it? It's so bad, man. Yeah, look, they're calling this geezer in because he's going to be standing right up close to the door when I open it. That was planned. Look at this. There's no warrant. Look at him with a fire extinguisher for the dogs. Like I'd ever try and make my dogs do something like that. And nothing came of this, by the way.
They're here again, everyone.
All right, look, I'm all
They're
over
here
the
again.
fucking shop now. Watch.
They're here again.
Anxious, out of breath.
They're here again, everyone. They're here.
Look, he was told to be there, wasn't he? Look, I'm fucked, mate.
Right, can you not touch
Absolutely
his
fucked
face?
there.
Right, listen, you lot are freaking me out, man. What are you doing? I'm having a chat, but please don't...
Right. If you don't leave this, mate, let us in. We'll go and chat about it in your house.
No, you can't go. Why do you want to break in my house?
Be arrested.
All right, I'll be arrested, but why have you got to come in my house?
Because they wanted to plant shit in my house, basically. They wanted to plant stuff. That's what they need. They need to make something up. They wanted to come in and plant shit in my house and go, "We found this, Brian. What's this?"
Let's in there.
Let me... I don't get... Right, listen, get away. I will come with you, right? You have my word, but please move back from my house.
Okay, but we're going to stay this close.
No, you're not staying that...
So I'm clearly distressed, right? They've just woke me up out of my bed and I'm expected to... We want to have a little chat. Like, can you have a little chat the second you've opened your eyes? There's no respect here. And this is what I've been going through for years. So forgive me if I'm a bit blatant in my ways, all right? I've had a lot of shit, right? And I don't believe fuck all that anyone fucking tells me, especially when I can find pure fucking holes in it. So I'm sorry, yeah? But it's the way that it is.
Close, because you're not coming in my house again. I will come with you. Why are you doing this to me, man? People, are you seeing this? Please, I need your protection, people. I need your protection, people. Look what's happening to me. Look how many people are here. Look how many people. What is this? Why are you doing this to me? A what allegation of what? Malicious communication. Mate, are you not going to kill me? You're going to put me in prison and kill me, aren't you, for the Queen? You're going to put me in prison and kill me for the Queen. Yes, you are. You are. You are. I know, people. I know. Look at it. Look what they're doing to me.
Right. So if anyone wants to question it, there it is. Yeah? Have you gone through this? I don't think so. This is why I'm here. This is why I do this. So I ain't here to sit here and fucking tell lies and blow fucking smoke up people's asses. I'm about the fucking truth, right? The end. I'm about the truth. That's what I'm doing. I ain't getting paid for this. All I get is fucking criticised. I'm sitting there, I'm fucking cold. Got 2 fucking jumpers on. I'm fucking sitting there freezing. My armpits are wet where I'm fucking cold. Yeah? Right? That's how I'm living. So fucking some agent, am I? I'm some bloke that used to be in a band. Right? Got fucked over severely by everyone. Then left out to hang out to fucking roast like a cunt. Yeah? That's it, basically. I made everyone a lot of money. And then when I look back, I'm not even on the E17 company. Yeah? So, forgive me for my attitude and the way that I am. But all of these people have created this. And I ain't fucking going quietly. I'm never going fucking quietly. Ever. Ever. You can drop dead. Yeah, drop dead. I'll get my information out there by any fucking means. Yeah? And the thing is there's similarities here in this. And everyone else got a fucking opinion on me. Anyway, what, I can't fucking have one? All of a sudden, it's a problem when Brian Harvey's got an opinion on something. Brian Harvey. Fuck you. Yeah? Yeah? That's what it's like. Yeah? That's what it's like. That's it. That's what you're getting. Fuck you. There's nothing you can do about it. It's too late now. I've accused Prince Andrew. Yeah? Fuck you, mate. Yeah? Fuck you. You all that, are ya? Yeah? I've just predicted what's going to happen with you, mate. Let's sit back and see if that don't happen now, yeah? You're fucking see-through. You're shit. Yeah? You shouldn't even be there in the fucking first place. I'm sick and tired of that fucking family. Sick of hearing about them. What's so special about them? What is so special about them? You tell me. He's Savile's mate. Don't fucking forget that. Is that normal? Is it? Yeah? Is that normal? Is this normal?
Mate, you are making me ill. You are making me ill. Are you, all right, first things first, are you here on your oath today? Are you all here on your oath today? The oath you've taken to the Queen to uphold the common law of the land. Are you here on your oath today? I'm asking you.
Right, you see it there? Swearing allegiance to the Crown. The police have taken an oath to uphold the common law. Right? The law of the land. Keep the peace. That's it. So he wants to go on like he don't know what I'm talking about when I'm asking him if he's on his oath. Because if you're on your oath, you wouldn't be doing to me what you're doing to me. You'd be protecting me and my property. That's how it goes. Instead, you're doing the opposite. And then you want to pull me out of my sleep, wind me up, and then have a go at me for it. Are you ready? 10 seconds after you've just opened your eyes? Want to have a little chat? Want to have a little chat, Brian? Is that right? Yeah, is that right? Hello? Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian. You fucking cunt. Will you film your dog? You fucking cunts.
On like this, we're going to have to take the doors off to come and get you, because you make us concerned.
We're going to have to take the doors off and come and get you. With the equipment that we've got here that we didn't sign out and we got no warrant for. Oh dear. Oh dear. All an act, was it? To frighten me? You do that to mentally ill people, do you? This is what I'm saying to the Bulley family. Do you fucking trust the police? Do you really? Do ya? If this is real, do you really trust the police? Yeah? Look what I'm showing you. You trust them?
No, you're making me concerned. Look what you're doing to me. Please take a look around at you, mate.
The way you're behaving now, you're making us concerned for your own sake.
I just fucking woke up. For fuck's sake. How unreasonable are our police?
So you can
right, look, I'm going to come with you right now.
Right, I have to calm the situation down. All right, I'm going to come with you right now, so move back. You give them nothing. You give them nothing to hang you with. Nothing.
Right.
Right.
Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian.
All right, I'm going to come. Right, I'm going to come with you. Yeah.
Don't shut that door. Leave that door open.
They wanted the
Come
door
down,
open.
no, you're not going in my house.
Boom. Fucking have that.
Right, you're not going in my house. I'll come through there. Of course I can. Will you stop making everything awkward and just let me come with you?
What's going to make you come out here, then you can come over.
I'm coming with you.
Like he's got any fucking control. Oh, if that's what's going to make you come out, then you can come over. Like, you got any choice at this point, mate? And you're going to have to watch him in a minute. Oh, when you come over, you're going to have to stop filming, all right? Like, I'm going to jump over and give you my phone, you mug.
Right, I'll come. I don't agree with this, right? But I'll go with you peacefully.
I got kidnapped here, yeah? This is kidnap. There's no warrant. How they got all fucking gas bottles and grinders and riot gear if that ain't been signed out officially, properly? Tell me that, please. Tell me that.
When you're going to be, I'm just going to tell you now, when you're going to be arrested, you have to put that phone down and stop filming, all right? Just come over now. Come.
What's he doing? What are you doing, mate? No, but why have you got all this? I'm coming, mate. Yeah, look, can you just step back so I can come with you? Right, catch these people, yeah? It don't look all right. What are you going to do to me?
Genuinely,
you're going to kill me, ain't you?
Unfair for my
you
life,
are.
mate. Genuinely.
I'm going to take you to the station.
Right, what police station am I going to?
Going to Leighton police station.
Leighton.
Yeah. We need to talk to you about this allegation, yeah? We're on behalf of the victim, yeah?
What? Hang on, victim, what are you talking
This is
about?
what we explained to you.
Malicious communication. Is this Sharon Gall?
I'm not going to go...
Is this Sharon Gall? This is Sharon Gall, isn't it? Just tell me the truth, man. Don't keep hiding stuff from me. Right, it's Sharon Gall. Nice one, Sharon. Nice one, Sharon. And Daniela Westbrook.
Explain to you when we get to the station, all right? We're not about to start going into detail while you're on YouTube. Sorry.
Look at you all, man. What are you doing to me?
Come on, mate. As soon as we get going.
Yeah, we got him. We got him. Cunts, man. I'll get you. I'll fucking get you all, man. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna fucking get you, mate. You're gonna pay for all of this. You're gonna pay for that. You are gonna pay for that. And you want me to believe in that? Yeah? Do you really think she fell in the fucking river? Really? Really? In your fucking heart? Really? Really? And this one?
This at the moment is historic. At the moment, your behaviour is present.
Listen, don't give me that shit about my behaviour.
What's that? Deal with that, and then we can help with this that's going on in the past. At the moment, my concern.
Well, I'm getting nicked, everyone, yeah? I'm getting nicked, everyone, and these people are threatening to break into my house. Yeah?
But I want to talk to you.
You take this in.
What? You break in my house, that fucking noose goes round my neck.
Do you want me to put it on that? Do you want me to put it on that? I'll fucking put it. Do you want me to put it on with you now?
No.
Do not go near that. Do not go near that, okay? Look down at your chest. That red dot is from my taser. And that is 50,000 volts capable of being delivered through your body. But we don't want to do that, okay? We're here to help you. We are just here to help you. Now work with us.
No, thanks for your help.
You push them together like that.
So where are you taking him?
Hospital.
I'll come closer because it might be a bit easier.
No, you're all right, mate. Stay where you are. Mate, stay where you are. Stay where you are. Teresa, mate!
Give me quiet.
Teresa! I want to talk to you! Why? This has gone on long enough! If you don't mind, I just need to film just for my own protection. Not anything against you, but for proof that what you're saying to me is real. So, sorry, can you just tell me what it is again that you're here for? Sorry.
Apparently someone's made threats to kill you.
Remember that you saw this, all of you, with your camera phones. Film it. It's real. I don't do this for the fun of it. There's no breach of the peace there, officer. Constable. Are you all here on oath today?
Sorry?
Are you all here on oath? On oath? Well, you don't know what oath is? You've seen it now. You're supposed to act on it. But you won't, will ya? Nah. Fucking funny, isn't it, eh? That's the police taking on illegal transcripts from a News of the World journalist, and not just any News of the World journalist, the journalist that hacked Millie Dowler's phone. It's wrong what you're doing. You don't do your jobs. Why don't you do your jobs? Why are you protecting her with guns? Yeah, because she's a fucking criminal. That's why. That's the criminal in there.
I mean, you know, the biggest blackmail threat that you can have over anyone is killing of children and raping, paedophilia, especially when you combine the two.
There's nothing anyone here right this second.
It's Scotland Yard, mate. Fuck's sake!
It's not going to get you nowhere, mate. Look at me, Brian. You got the police coming round.
Good.
You got this. Brian, you're going to end up getting fucking killed, bro.
No, get out my way, man. Get out my way. Get out my fucking way. I've had enough of this shit. Right, are you going to get the commissioner or not? Because now you've called the fucking police on me, and you're the ones that are acting illegally, mate. You're the ones that are acting illegal. Illegal! Illegal!
But what I'm saying, this is why I rang you, bro, because I know everything you're saying is true.
I know you know.
Because Savile, the person you've just said, is good. They're good friends with Savile as well.
Tom Watkins?
Yeah.
What, really?
Of course it would be, wouldn't they?
I've taken the way up here too. This is you look waffle, we'll do nothing. I've got evidence here. Do you want it or not? Because if you don't want it, you clearly are not going forward. I'm taking down my dog like the space. That's right, mate. Absolute fucking rubbish. So, you know what I mean? That's how it goes for me. That's what I'm up against. And that's why I'm here. I'm monetized, sitting there, just trying to give you the truth. And when you know that, you know, people like Daniela, this is the girl that I went out with years and years ago. She's the one that took me to the Red Rooms. Even the interview she's doing there, she's, you know, making sure it's being heard, look, on top of a red carpet. I mean, and she sat on the other interview with a satanic symbol round her neck, the pentagram, while she sits there claiming to be a Christian. I mean, it's just complete, like, it's fucking, it's madness. It's just madness going on around me. That's all I feel. That's why I just draw back, do what I'm doing, and work out what the fuck, like, is this all about? What is it all over? And what it is all over is what she admits here. I mean, listen, yeah, just have a listen to it. And the subliminals in it, fuck me. Now, listen, this is what I'm dealing with.
We were just living a normal life, what we thought was a normal life, and it's like,
the norm.
yeah, and
Like, we just lived in a little house, a little flat together and that, and it was fun. And, you know, he was the love of my life. He's probably the only man I've ever loved. Brian Harvey was probably the only man I ever loved, but, like, loved. Actually did love.
And that is that very night. That is us going into the club. That picture was in the newspaper. I don't know if it's still up there now. I just grabbed it off of online, innit? Out of, go Brian Harvey, Daniela Westbrook, go images, and it was right up the top, like first image up there. So I'm glad I got it, because that's us going in that night. What Prince Andrew and Ghislaine saw of me that night, that's it. And it would have been this view as well, like where you're looking at us, this view. That's how they saw us that night walking through. Probably even turned. I was holding her hand as I was walking through. Yeah, being led through, just like that. But that's on the outside of the building, going in. This is what it's all been over.
And, but we were just too young, do you know what I mean? And it was just the fame and everything else, and he just couldn't deal with my addiction. Brian hates cocaine, he hates drugs like that. It's a weed smoker like my son, but he hated cocaine.
See, I was on her, right, and I was putting the truth out there, and she started calling me a paranoid coke freak. So I'd done a drug test and went, here's mine, where's yours? I done it live. Remember I pissed in the thing live for you and that? Yeah.
Hated it.
Oh, fuck about. A paranoid coke freak. You know, like pot, kettle, black, proper. All done in the mainstream media with their help. To frustrate me, because my only way of getting back was on YouTube, and then your channel's gone. Oh, hang on a minute, BHTV 1 to 8 has gone. When the other channels, you know what I mean, that weren't on them. It might have been on BHTV 1 and BHTV 3, but why have you taken 1 to 8? So you know, I just expect the unfair treatment. I just expect it because it's what I'm going to get every single time, unless I can embarrass these people so much that they're just going to cave, because you're just going to look like a cunt if you don't do anything about it. So that's my approach now. And by the time they decide that they want to do something about it, you're going to get told, fuck off, you cunt. Yeah? There's my drug test. Boom, negative. Fuck you, back paranoid coke freak. Do you think she done one? No.
When I was with Brian Harvey, I got taken out of my house. And he came home and he never saw me again.
Satanic pentagram round her neck. Don't worry, we've already zoomed in and done videos on that. Go to previous videos, you'll see it. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. That's your Christian.
It was a very, very tough time. Very tough time, and it's made Brian really ill.
Right, she's trying to claim now that she got taken out of the house years ago when she was with me, and it was a very tough time, and it's made me very ill. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Because personally, I think that story that she's saying there about she got taken off and raped and all that, lies. All to promote a book. It didn't happen while I was with her, because I didn't fucking see any signs of it, yeah? Lies.
And luckily, Brian was never abused. But there was a price on his head.
That's right, because if I'd have been abused, I'd have cut his fucking throat.
And people call him crazy, and he's not.
No, I'm not. I'm actually not. No.
Yeah. He's really not, and I've got a lot of love in my heart for Brian.
No, she don't love no one but herself. And good acting skills. Bullshit. Where are you now then? Oh, back Brian Harvey, 100%. Where? When? What, in the next life?
As well. And all he's trying to do is the right thing. And he gets threatened and abused by people.
That's right.
People,
the police.
And that's because of what he's seen with you.
It was like that, what I saw. I tried to recreate sort of the view as we walked through from where we went. That was in my living room. That was down here when I had the black curtains up with the sparkly lights. But I set the seating arrangement up in exactly the same way. And it was kind of like that, what I saw. And it was like dark like that. Boom. For about as long as I'm showing you. That's it. I had a quick look there. Boom. Done. And we turned and went. That's how it. You know what I mean? Like, I've pieced it back together. You know what I'm saying? I've pieced it. I'm like, well, I know the angle of the room, what I walked through. I know what I saw. I know whose fucking face I looked in. So I've recreated it all. Put the chairs where they were. And I bet if you could find the video of us walking through that night, it'll be fucking spot on. I'm fucking telling you.
Brian is like, what he's doing is right. It is right, but he's sort of he's almost lost his freedom.
What freedom? What freedom? What is this freedom? What freedom have I lost, really? None of us are free. I might have some bars on my front door, but you're living in a prison without the bars. None of you are free. Could you go out when Boris was having a party? No, you couldn't. So don't talk to me about fucking freedom. None of you are free.
Just to fight somebody else's battle that no one was listening to, and everything he's speaking about is the truth. And all those people that he calls out on there have to hold themselves accountable because they know what they've done. One day Brian Harvey won't be here, and it won't be through any fault of his own, and that's what upsets me.
Yeah, because they've planned to kill me. The Royals have planned to kill me. And any attempt that you make to try and get your side of the story out there is going to be quashed. We're going to keep your YouTube numbers down. We're going to take your videos down and strike you. Right? This is what they do. It's no secret. We all know it. I've been taken off of every platform. No one ever mentions my name in anything. I'm just out there, floating out there on my own. That's what's happening. And it's very easy to... you know what I mean? You see someone like that and you think, oh, he's fucking lost the plot. He's lost it. But then, boom, I come with evidence. That's the difference. That is the difference. I come with their own evidence as well. Their paperwork that they gave me. Yeah? Yeah, we'll see how that one goes. Because my it ain't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. It'll happen. It'll happen. It won't be yet, but it's going to happen. Because if it doesn't, they will embarrass themselves by being seen to have done nothing about it. So I'm in for the long game, you know. So and you got to expect this this treatment, this very treatment I've been showing them. So the room was laid out. You see here at the bottom left of the screen here, there was a bucket chair to the back of me. There was a bald-headed, sort of greyish-haired geezer there with glasses on. I don't know who that is, but it could quite easily be Murdoch, couldn't it? I'm not saying it is, but it could be. You know, I mean, I'm the only person unsettled in all of the phone hacking claims. Imagine that. Years later, no one's approaching me. You know, Mr. Harvey, you know, what do you mean? Nothing. They're fucking scared of my evidence. That's why they've hid Molecare notes. I've got 2 of them, page 58 and 60. Where's 59? And where's the others? Glenn said he had about 5. But there'll be even more than that. They've been doing this shit since the 90s. They would have been watching me all the way through. All the way through. They definitely were watching me in 1997 because they reported that I'd had a breakdown. And the only way they could have known that was listening to my phone and know that I went doctors on the few days prior. They put it in the paper on the 9th. I think I went on the 5th. I've got the paperwork anyway. So if you want to go there, that's in the 90s. And, you know, that was probably the height of it. But they still do it now. They're probably doing it now. They do it now. Do it, you know, do it. Paddock, innit? Paddock. Well, let's go and look at him. You ready, Paddock? I know you're watching, mate. Pour yourself another gin and get ready to watch yourself. Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah, no, that's that there. After some of the stuff that I've just showed you, yeah, that was random, wasn't it? It's got nothing to do with you, Brian. God, you know, you're getting really paranoid these days. You know, you really ought to chill out, Brian. You know. Yeah, when I like to chill out with Pinu. Panu. Yeah. Fuck it. Who cares? It almost looked green. Oh, I wonder why. Oh. Oh. It's like I fell over in the garden. I fell over, love. Tastes like... Where tastes like something? It makes you strong like bull. Nicola Bulley in the Loyal Club. We're just missing a Y there. Still spells Loyal Club. Still in there. Deep faking, we've covered that. We've established that, yes, it can be done. That was us the other day. We just played that one. Now, Geezer on the right, his name's Ian Puddick. And he's very lucky. He's got 2 jobs. My first job is I run a leak detection company, and I've a specialist group of guys that go out and find leaks on things, specialist equipment for finding leaks on things. Leaks on things. On what? Because it's all under the guise of, I'm a plumber. He's put a few videos up talking about combi boilers and bits and pieces and that, But yeah, I mean, it's like Nicola Bulley. How do you get the time to do all these bloody jobs? I mean, he runs a gin distillery. He's a plumber. He fits boilers. When he's not doing that, he's very lucky. He's got 2 jobs. Then he's got a leak detection company. He goes out and finds leaks on things. And my other job is I'm a communications expert, and I've worked closely with the Queen at Buckingham Palace. And what, mate? The leak detection specialist who goes out and finds leaks on things, who runs a gin distillery and works for the Queen. And he bought me a Ninja recorder to go and film what I believe to be an Operation Fernbridge witness who was going to feed me stories about him being abused by Prince Andrew, Sidney Cook, Jimmy Savile and Robert Maxwell. No, Ghislaine, no, she don't come up in any of it. Funny that. Yeah, funny that. It's also funny that when you watch the Express interview, you're going to hear Bill Maloney, the guy I tried to help, say to Andrew, look in my eyes, you trust me, right? You trust me, right? Because some of what you're telling us may come out later on when it's all over, but at least we got it. So, what was going to come out later, Bill, after? What was he referring to? When what's all over? The plot with Andrew and the job that they've set out to do. And that was, we're going to convince Brian Harvey that this guy, Andrew Ash, is real, and he's a chief witness for Operation Fernbridge, and DCI Paul Settle's involved in the background, and he's going to Chris Fay, the old boy that's sitting now, who they've already set up as, although it's unbeknown to us at this point in January 2014, that he committed fraud during the 2012 London Olympics and spent a year in prison. I also suggest that that's a false story and a backstory, a bit like Ian Puddick's story. Where does he come from? Well, he reckons that his wife was having an affair with this completely made-up guy that no one's ever seen a picture of, who worked for a reinsurance company called Kroll, I think. Guy Carpenter, Kroll, something like that. And Ian will tell you, he's going to be really pragmatic about it. As a matter, I'll let him tell you. Fuck it, why am I telling you? Why am I telling you? I can get things wrong, can't I? Because he's bloody mad. He's not well, is he? He's not well.
These are producers' reactions to the samples in the producer growth kit.
Anyway, let's go. I'm really fed up with that advert.
Hello, today I'm here with our first citizen activist.
Oh, citizen. Hello, I'm here with our first citizen activist, Ian Puddick.
Exposing police corruption.
Exposing police corruption, Ian Puddick.
And no friend of Brian Harvey. His name is Ian Puddick.
Brian who?
We will be talking about the Brian Harvey situation towards the end of this.
What Brian Harvey situation? We got a bit of a situation here, Sean. See, the problem is that Sean Atwood faked a video of him snorting cocaine with someone who he had on his show as a victim called Kelly Diamond, and he made an inappropriate video of her pretending to sniff cocaine and counting money as if he was prostituting her. And on his video, he put my name like I made it. And why is Brian Harvey using fake actors? Like, very bizarre. Very, 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 very bizarre. And, getting Kelly Diamond, dressed up like a little girl, calling you daddy, bit weird, isn't it? You know what I mean? You got her on the show and she's a victim. GoFundMe's are running and, yeah, she's on her knees calling him daddy, but it's all fake. But yeah, I spoke to Kelly Diamond for 5 hours and she said to me, no, it was all for Sean, it was all personal. So even they were setting me up. It's like, it's ridiculous. Why haven't we had him up on that? And he's got Puddick on. And he's allowing Puddick to just put the boot into me and do his cover story for what he's going to say about buying me the Ninja recorder, you see, which he fucked up on, and he's struggling here. So watch this.
Clear it up. And you've got a website called www.policeexpenses.co.uk.
Yeah, policeexpenses.co.uk.
Yeah.
What brought that about?
Okay, how long have you got? I'll give you a very brief overview. And
2 hours. Take
yeah,
time.
Okay.
God.
So it
He's a
all
cat,
starts
isn't
off
it?
with a domestic affair. Literally.
This is how he's now going to describe his affair. His wife's affair with another guy who we don't believe is real. I won't say any more than that in a minute, but this is how Ian Puddick deals with his wife's affair. Ready?
I found out that my wife had been having an affair with her boss, and I'll be as pragmatic as I possibly can.
You got to be, you really, Ian.
These things happen, and they always will. End of story.
These things happen, and they always will. End of story. That's it. Thanks for coming on the show. Bye, Ian. But what about the ninja? Oh yeah. Still want me?
It's not an offence or a criminal offence. It's just one of life's things. So at the time, we decided that we were going to try and see if we could make it work. So I called her boss. Her boss was the chief exec of the world's largest reinsurance company.
You can tell he's just and I was going to say this, and what was it we spoke about in the meeting that we was going to say that I was going to say when I was asked about these things.
They insure it's actually reinsurance, so they insure the insurance companies.
Oh, really boring
stuff. So I rang
stuff.
them up, and I'm not a tough guy or a violent man or anything like that. So no guns at door. And
no, but he's very smug. I'll give you that. He's the smuggest man I've ever known. Not known, seen. I don't know him.
And to be frank, this guy is no more the villain than her, if that makes sense. It's not, he's the bad guy and she's the poor innocent victim. It takes two to tango. So I rang him up with a view to asking if she could be moved. She was his secretary. He told me to F off and said it was none of my business and put the phone down. So the next day, I rang up the chairman of the company, a guy called Nick Frankland, who was really nice. And I said, I'm not causing any trouble. Explain the circumstances. And I accepted that they were difficult circumstances. And I said, look, we're going to see if we can make it work. Is it possible?
Oh, he's so understanding, isn't he, in his private life? He's a really understanding guy. Yeah.
For my wife to be moved. I'm not saying, she's got to be moved this second. We're a global organisation. It's going to take time. It might take 6 months. But, if she's moved at some point, we've got a chance of trying to make it work. And do you know what? He was really nice.
She won't get back with you if you keep wearing that watch with that shirt, Ian. All right?
She was fantastic.
It embarrasses her, okay?
And she was moved the next day. And that really should be, by Sean, that's the end of the story. But unfortunately, it's not. So the chap concerned, and I don't mention his name, and there's a really specific reason for not mentioning. There's no legal limitations on mentioning his name. I've never, ever mentioned his name. If you look...
God, he's such a good guy, isn't he? Yeah, do it. Do it. Go on, mention his name. Go on, do it.
Any of the posts, anything I've ever written. Because the minute I say, this guy, Joe Blogs, it becomes about Joe Blogs. And it'll be... Yeah.
A bit like what you've done to me, really. It becomes about me. It becomes the narrative. That's what he said. Yeah, the narrative, isn't it?
Perceived
Get
by...
enough people to repeat it, it becomes a narrative. Yeah, that's what he says.
The audience, this guy's I'm just trying to get at Joe Blogs. This isn't about Joe Blogs. He's involved, but he's not... As the story unfolds.
Blake had an affair with his wife, he ain't even going to say the name. Very pragmatic.
It's not really about him. So, anyway, the guy, Joe Blogs...
Of course, it's not. She had an affair with herself, that's right. It's not about him.
Embarrassed because the chairman of the company had obviously approached him and said, look, we're moving your secretary. So he reported me. He
Look
went
at
to his
Atwood's
local
eyes.
police
What's
force
he looking
down
at?
in Sussex.
He's looking at something else.
And reported
He really
me
looks
for
like he's not
harassment.
taking this in.
Harassment needs a minimum of 2 actions. 1 for calling him, which obviously I did, and 2 for calling his boss,
So you can fall
Nick
asleep.
Frankland.
Oh, I won't fucking bore you with this story. It's twaddle anyway. My view, my opinion. Based on what I've seen. So yeah, that's the guy that had me arrested, took me computers, 22nd of November 2017. Just happens to be the date that Levi Belfield got arrested. I mean, the coincidences here, I mean, they really are bizarre.
So there's no dispute that happened. So the local police force said it was a civil matter, and then Sergeant in.
Oh God! No, let me go at the end. Right, let me just. Right, I'm sorry. I won't put you through any more of it. I am truly, truly sorry. But you
raid and the search. Remember, he's had amnesia for all this time, and now he's got to steal my court defence. I'm so arguing with the police officer, turning the other. Rightly so.
God, I'm so engaged in this. God, it's engaging, isn't it?
Into police misconduct or corruption involving the Daniel Morgan case, and they all cleared the police. Shock horror. To be fair to Theresa May, to her credit,
she is a good dancer. You got to give it to her, innit?
5 years ago,
she couldn't even do a fucking windmill. Now, she's the bollocks. She is the bollocks.
She launched an independent judge-led one, and they found that all 4.
I was going to stop and say she launched an independent record label, and it's doing quite nicely. Thank you.
Police investigations were hampered.
God, what is this?
Police corruption, shock horror. But it's always too late. It's always too late.
It's too late.
And his brother Alistair, who I know well, has campaigned for this. Campaigned for for some justice.
Yeah, probably. This is probably another fake story.
And it has slowly. It came out during the Leveson report.
Or the controlled Leveson inquiry that they won't give us part 2 on. Hey, David Cameron, do you want to hug a hoodie? No, I've got a hoodie on. His whole campaign. I'll hug a hoodie. I love the people from the street. I embrace them. He don't. He don't.
But
Go
we're
away.
talking about people's lives. We've got a poor chap that's dead. His family's lives are in tatters.
Yeah, you care about people. So he just cares about people's lives. He's just. I mean, he may be orange and his shirt. His shirt might go over his watch, but he really does care.
That's real. That's real police corruption. Real police corruption.
Oh my goodness.
Mine's a walk in the park.
God.
Head.
Now, the song that you heard on the intro just now. Let me just refresh your memory there.
All fucking truthers, all fucking wonky straight people. You fucking weird. Bill Loney, you're weird. John Wedger, you're fucking weird. Sean Atwood, you're fucking weird.
Brian Harvey's making videos. This guy just effing Sean Atwood, effing John Wedger, effing Ian Puddick, effing Bill Maloney. When he started saying I was working for the New World Order, Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast. Fucking podcasters fucking talking shit.
So that's where what you're about to hear is where the samples come from for that song. I didn't make that song, by the way. Sean thinks I made it, and you should have asked. I didn't make it. It was made by another YouTuber subscriber, and they sent it, and it's fucking good. So I thought, yeah, let me use it. It kind of sums everything up. So what you're about to hear is the I don't know, about a year ago or so. Brian Harvey is making videos about you. Listen. I don't know what it was. All right, it starts there. Here we go.
To that, I haven't lost anybody.
So, I don't know when it was, about a year or so ago, people started saying to me, this guy called Brian Harvey's making videos about you.
Rightly so.
And I watched the videos, and this guy just ranting about me.
Yeah.
Effing Sean Atwood.
Here we go.
Effing John Wedge. Effing Ian Puddick. Effing
Who's the other guy he's got it in for?
Loads. There's loads. Yeah, Sean, yourself.
Bill something.
Bill Maloney.
Bill Maloney.
Bill Maloney.
Effing Bill Maloney this, effing... Then he started saying I was working for the New World Order.
Which is true.
And so I thought, all right, who's this guy? I'm going to Google him. I saw that he was a famous famous band.
Yeah, huge.
E7.
Fucking massive. I was like 7 foot back then. Like, really big back in the day.
Team?
Yeah, massive.
And he'd run over himself or something.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I believe so.
It looks really sad.
Oh, it's really sad.
Having lived with people who suffered.
Yeah, what, like Kelly Diamond?
Seeing the suffering of people,
Kelly Diamond,
people with addiction issues and mental health issues, I thought this is really sad.
It's very sad.
Oh, mate, yeah, you know, like, oh, God, it's hard to watch. He's so hard to watch. You know, when you've got these people, but God, it's so hard to watch.
Because he's talented. He's really talented.
Yeah.
Very talented.
But why the hell is
If he put his energy into, and I had a conversation with him back in, I think it was end of January this year, or beginning of February.
That's right. Yeah. Do it. And what you mean, the conversation where you said to me that you could tell from talking to Andrew for 5 minutes he would confess to being a Yorkshire Ripper. Do it.
I had a conversation with him because he accuses me of all sorts of nonsense. I said to him that, I believe, because he makes videos about him being hacked by News of the World, and from what he shows, I think he probably was.
Right, let me just clear you up on something here. Now, he funded the Andrew Ash operation. He's going to deny it, but he did. And he also gave Bill Maloney £500 as well, which he had. And he was like, yeah, Ian, give me that. Right, so that's called funding, Ian, yeah? And then words... And I've got Bill Maloney on tape going, I looked on him to fund. So let's play along with you're the funder and you're not all secret services for a minute, yeah? The Ninja recorder was bought for me to film Andrew Ash, right? Who was going to accuse Prince Andrew. He works for the Queen. What the fuck is going on, right? Now listen.
I think it probably was, but unfortunately...
And that's what I was going to say. And what I was going to say there is when I'm filming Andrew Ash for The Express, the journalist that I told you hacked me and Millie Dowler, his name's Robert Kellaway. Well, he's working at The Express newspaper at the time I'm filming The Express interview with Andrew. Except no one told me that. And then later I went on to find out that, oh, fucking of course he does. Ian Puddick knows Rupert Murdoch. And Neil Wallace from the same newspaper, another News International employee, who is on a part of my evidence, actually, along with Andy Coulson, the ex-editor of the Sun newspaper, and also became David Cameron's head of PR at 10 Downing Street. Do it.
The conspiracy to hack him 10 years ago, or whenever it was, by News of the World, now involves the Queen, me, you, and all sorts of nonsense.
It didn't until he went, very lucky, 2 jobs, worked for the Queen. Why is he buying me a Ninja to film Andrew who's going to accuse the Queen's son? Is that an irrational question? I don't think it is somehow, mate.
Whereas if he just...
But this is me getting talked up now like a cunt. This is what they do. This is what the mainstream media do. This is what everyone does. This is what everyone does to me. This is what happens. Because you mentioned that you've had mental health, it's used against you. It is used against you. And watch how, what sort of cold bastards have these people got to be? They all know I'm telling the truth. And they've shown me who they are because they have tried to destroy me when all I've tried to do is get my truth out there. That's all. That's all I've tried to do. And help people. Bill Maloney. I didn't think he was going to turn me over. How the fuck am I meant to know his secret services? But I found out in the end.
Concentrated on maybe if he feels really strongly about that, and he does, and understandably so, do something about that and just focus on getting that right, and also put some energy into his music. He always talks about his music career, and he's very talented. So do it. Don't talk about it. Do it.
So why did he draw you into his web?
Well,
even that question. So why did he draw you into his web? I didn't draw you into my web. Bill Maloney offered me to fucking help him, and I found out you was his funder. It's not like he even told me that. I just went on like I knew. See who he was talking to on Twitter. I went that Ian Puddick's off, and he went, oh, yeah. I'll introduce him on the phone later. And that was the first conversation I ever had with Ian Puddick. I only ever spoke to him on the phone. Never met him. Never met him. He's going to use that as an excuse in a minute as to why he couldn't have bought me the Ninja. I never met him. Never met him.
Bill Maloney, from my campaigning days back then, I got introduced to Bill Maloney. And Bill's
but liar.
How can I describe him? Marmite figure. You either love him or you hate him. I love him. I think he's great.
Well, he would do, wouldn't he? Because he's going to be the opposite to what's good.
I won't say anything bad about him.
Of course you won't. But you work for the Queen, and Bill Maloney was outside Buckingham Palace calling the Queen and the Queen Mum nonsense. So, you know when things just don't sit right, does it?
He has very unorthodox methods. He's very direct. He's really passionate.
And sets people up. Oh, when he screams and chats, he's very direct. He's very passionate. I'm just a fucking mad cunt. That's it. That's all I am.
And do you know what? If you understand his life and what happened to him in care, I'm not
which didn't
talk about that. Bill wants to talk about that.
Bill's going to come on the show. Yeah.
Bill to talk about. If you
do it.
Look at what happened to him as a young boy in care. I don't bloody blame him. I'd be furious.
No, you wouldn't. You let a geezer sleep with your wife. You weren't furious for 1 second. You was very pragmatic about things. And why wouldn't you be in this case?
Be furious what's happened to him.
Furious. But when someone sleeps with my wife, I was very pragmatic about it. I'm not going to say his name.
He's really, really passionate about that. Some people don't like it because he's really, he shouts, he screams, he gets passionate.
Yeah, Andrew Ash didn't like it with Bill shouting at him. No, like this. Do it like this. No. Victims convoy. No. I said no. Do it again. God, Andrew.
He's a good friend of John Wedger's.
Ah, there's a name we all know and love. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. He's a good friend of John Wedger's. So we know Bill Maloney's a liar. We know Ian Puddick sets people up for the Queen and then turns it on me. It involves me, the Queen. Well, he's not well, is he? He's not well. Oh, we ain't got to that bit yet. I'm jumping ahead. But it's good that I do because then we ain't got to spend too long on a subject. You know what I mean? It's better for you, the viewer. I do believe.
So Bill said.
Hang on, what did he? Let me just say, just really jumping
furious.
ahead.
Be furious.
Fucking furious.
He's really, really passionate about that.
He shouts and screams.
Some people don't like it because he's really, he shouts, he screams, he gets passionate. He's a good friend of John Wedger's.
That's it. Fucking, how can I forget? There's so much information going on up here. John Wedger. Okay, let's see if we can hold our mind together long enough to get John Wedger, Baby P. Ah, there he is. Okay. Baby P. John Wedger, he's a good friend of Bill Maloney's. I won't say anything bad about him. Very lucky, got 2 jobs. And can we just get rid of this advert? Oh, God. What's that? Baby P detective sues Bulley police after exposing child abuse and corruption. What, not at the Children's Society, was it? Oh dear. Story has been done by James Fielding, who interviewed Andrew. Oh, look. There's a checkerboard floor. Now, what have we told you, Brian, about these conspiracies? Yeah, there's your checkerboard floor. And if we just go down a little bit, there he is. It's the man of the hour. It's John Wedger. Does food jobs with, did for Camilla Badman Jelly. Alan Yantop's partner, keeping kids company. John Wedger. There's no need to worry. John Wedger's here, and he will exorcise the demons from you, said Callie Diamond, abuse victim on Sean Atwood's show, who dresses up and calls him daddy. It's all a bit of a weird outfit, isn't it, all this lot? You'd be right in thinking, Things are not what they seem, Brian. My God, man, what have you been caught up in here? It's fucked, isn't it? Like, on the real one, it's fucked up. It's all fucked up. So now, there you go. And I hope the Bulley family are watching me on this, because here's my justification for the things that I say. Right? There's no fucking way this is a real story. There's James Fielding, who's helped along the lie with Andrew Ash. He ain't corrected it, has he? Neither of the Mirror. But they're all happy to talk about your case. Yeah, baby P detective, yeah. Checkerboard floor, just like we've seen. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but even the, Bulley, like, I know there's nothing in that. But checkerboard floor, James Fielding doing the article, who done the Andrew Ash article, and John Wedger. All right? There you go. What can you say to that? What can you say to that? You either believe he's a, old Bill, or I think they're all secret services working for this man, isn't it? Yeah, working for him. Oh, where's he got up? Him. And look at all this. Walk about in Walthamstow. All to jar me up, This is all to jar me up. No, just mad. It involves me, the Queen,
So Bill said to me in 2014,
here we go.
Would I buy him a Ninja recorder?
All right. Let's just take that as all right. Cool. All right, let's keep going.
Because they were going to do this interview with someone. So
You know when people keep a story vague and leave the details out? Ron done it, didn't he? Yeah? You could have told us that Penny was your sister-in-law. Right. Now, similarity here.
I went on in eBay. He's a good friend of John Wedger's. So Bill said to me in 2014, would I buy him a Ninja recorder? Because they were going to do this interview with someone.
Do you see what I'm saying? Going to do this interview with someone, Andrew Ash, who you've spoken to for 2 hours. But in your conversation with me in 2018, it's like, you could tell that Andrew in 5 minutes was confessed to being a Yorkshire Ripper. But then at the same time, you're tweeting, Andrew's now done 70 hours of Operation Fernbridge, Andrew's now done 100 hours, and he works for the Queen, but I'm mad in linking all of these lot up because he buys me equipment to film a guy who's going to lie about Prince Andrew before the Virginia Giuffre story happens. Because what Bill Maloney says to Andrew in the interview is, some of this might come out later on when it's all over. When what's over? Well, when come on. Andrew, the Epstein sweetheart deal back in from 2006 onwards, I suppose, up until today. What we've been doing with Virginia and the other actors. Oh, yeah. Well, that plan really started coming into action in 2014, around then. I know, like, she was in the newspaper in 2011. That's really when they... Yeah, around the same time as... God, man, what else happened in 2011? But yeah, so she's been a plan from day one. And I'm telling you, probably next month, you're going to see the outcome of what I'm saying, where they're going to turn it around for Prince Andrew. Virginia is now going to get done on being paid out twice on a fake photograph and lying, basically, fraud. Bit like the guy that Ian Puddick interviewed, Paul Page, who used to work for Prince Andrew. Queen's Protection and all that, yeah, or Royal Protection. Paul Page, yeah. He, in his background, he's done for fraud. Chris Fay, the old boy who's sitting next to Andrew in the Express interview. Oh, sorry to inform everyone, he's done for fraud. My God, you've used him on Panorama and on the front page with Andrew Ash. How the hell is he supposed to come across credible if you're putting fraudsters next to him? Because none of it's all meant to come across credible. Andrew Ash was meant to be a liar, backtracked on Leon Britton. I blame Chris Fair, it was Chris Fair. You know what I mean? Everyone's doing that. And listen, you accused Leon Britton, you accused Prince Andrew. Like Cole Beach, why aren't you in prison for 18 years? Because none of it's real. It was all a set-up on me to get it wrong about Prince Andrew up front So now it would have been happening next month. Oh, you're the one. You've accused him. You said that he's had sex with Andrew Ash. And all funded by Ian Puddick's ninja, who works for the Queen. I'm very lucky I got 2 jobs. Do it. You know, now tell me I'm fucking mad and I'm wrong. Seriously. And look at, just complete put downs the whole time. Watch this.
So I went on eBay, bought one for a couple £100, and I gave it to Bill. Now that ninja recorder ended up being given to Brian Harvey. So because of that, I'm involved in the conspiracy. And he makes videos saying Ian Puddick bought me a ninja. I've never met him. I've never met Brian Harvey.
You've seen his tweets, innit, where he says, I'm really ungrateful, and I was lucky enough for him to buy me a ninja, and how ungrateful I am because I keep having a go at him and Bill. You've seen it. And the other one, my role was to provide Brian Harvey £500 for a ninja recorder. And you can hear the cheapskate cunt went and got it from America or on eBay on the cheap. Yeah, because of the pounds to dollars to pounds ratio. He got it a lot cheaper. But he's £500. You know what I mean? Like, he's just he just tells lies.
And what was
Bill asked me for I bought it for Bill. Bill's my mate.
What harm did the ninja?
Oh, fucking hell, that was it. He's covered it now. That's it. I've covered that story. Bill's my mate, and that's it. We've done it. God, Ian, you smashed the ninja story.
Because Brian seems to be so...
It just involves me.
Conspiracy, there's that word again. He's a liar. He's not well, is he? He must be telling... doesn't he smoke that...
In the conspiracy, and then he says they went up and they did this and Puddick funded it all. That's just a lie. He just tells lies.
It's not a lie. It is not a lie. He's lying. I'm telling you the truth. Who do you believe? I'll leave it up to you. I'll put all the evidence out there. But do you think this is right, what they're doing? Up to you. I've told you all the truth, everything. It's all out there in the open, mate. Video after video after video. What have these lot done, apart from try and destroy me for the past 10 years? It's 9 years.
So I'm involved. So, did Bill ask me to buy him a ninja recorder and did I do it? The answer is yes. And that's it. And then all the rest he just tells lies.
Oh, my goodness.
But, he's not well, is he? He's not well.
I wish him...
Oh, I'm going back. Let's hear that again. Come on, YouTube. Listen to this.
That's just a lie. He just tells lies.
Oh, God.
Puddick bought me a ninja. I've never met him. I've never met Brian Harvey.
And what was...
Bill asked me for I bought it for Bill. Bill's my mate.
What harm did the ninja cause Brian to be so...
It just involves me in the conspiracy. And then he says they went up and they did this and Puddick funded it all. That's just a lie. He just tells lies. So I'm involved. So, did Bill ask me to buy him a ninja recorder and did I do it? The answer is yes. And that's it. And then all the rest he just tells lies.
Oh, my goodness.
But, he's not well, is he? He's not well. He's not well.
I mean, can you believe that shit, man? That geezer works for the Queen. Or did. The Royals. Wow.
I wish him all the best. It's sad.
Oh, thank you. And then he started saying I was working for the New World Order.
To see people suffering like that. Yeah. And you've brought along a gift for my parents.
I have.
Ah, lovely. There you go, Derek.
So these are tonics.
Look how happy he is now. The tonics come out. Look.
Is it still filming?
Yeah, we're still watching you. Don't worry. Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
Oh, right, okay.
It doesn't stop. No, do it. Do you want one?
So
do it.
I've in my say plumbing in my leak detection office, and I'm really not kidding.
Oh, the smugness.
We have a mini gin distillery, and it's very, very small. And it's a really good reason for making gin, not because we wanted to make gin.
No, I can completely understand that. I didn't make gin because I wanted to make gin. I just done it because I was, fucking it's what you do, innit, when you don't want to do something.
When I bought it's all on our website. You can see all the pictures. When I bought
a watch that went with my shirt, and you can see the top of the bottle there. It goes with my cuffs.
Back in 2013, I bought
a dildo. Same colour as my watch.
An old bakery, which was just a wreck. It literally was just a wreck. And I bought it. I got 2 mortgages out on it. And I converted it from an old wreck into a lovely office. And we kept all the original features, all the old. We put wrought iron back. It's really nice. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, and then he put a carbon freeze Han Solo up on the wall. Yeah, he's normal, isn't he? For a grown man who works for the Queen. Sorry.
It's a nice space. All the bricks, we cleaned all the bricks up and repointed them in an old-fashioned style. So it's got loads and loads of character.
Yeah, it sounds nice. Do it.
When we were doing all the renovation
that's enough. So yeah, that's a bit of background because I know there's a lot of new subscribers and I jump about a lot, and I mean to tonight because it's not all about this case now. You know what I mean? But it is really. I'm wrong there actually. Sorry, I have to correct myself there. It is because as far as trusting the media and the police and the people that are involved with them, like Puddick, and look how I'm being treated. All I went to do was go and help, take 3 cameras, do a really good job on the filming because I thought it was going to be a really, really important witness. So it's, you've offered to help, and this is what you get for it. But it's actually been priceless in what I've learned in the past 9 years about the way the world works, the way that people really are, and the injustice that we all suffer. We're all under it. Like I said earlier, we're all in prison here. None of us are free. This is not freedom. This is not. This is existing and trying to get away from your boredness. This is what it is. It is what it is. I've got no goals in life. No. Best years of your life taken away, fearing for your life. I'm fucking 48 now. You know what? I mean, I'm not fucking old one yet, I mean, it might look like it with a bit of beard and that sometimes, but, it's time's ticking by fast and these people have taken up so much of my life now. I'm just defending myself all the time. Defending. It just tells lies. I mean, I am not a bad person. I'm not a bad person. I'm not fucking perfect, but I'm not a bad person. And if you believe what these fucking people say and the way I'm dealt with, it's like I'm a bad person. I'm not. I'm not fucking trying to help. I try to do something good. Help the fucking kids. Do something. Do something with your celebrity instead of standing on the stage and wanting to fucking bang birds, and do something. Do something with it. So I did. Watched a lot of David Icke videos and stuff, and I tell you, in the beginning I got sucked in with that geezer and I thought, yeah, man, the world can be a better place. I think we all did around that time, 2011, 2012, 2010 onwards. I think we all went through a little period like that. I genuinely thought the world could get better at that point. I just thought that people needed to say the right things at the right time and really hit the nail on the head. And it looked like it was going that way for a minute. I mean, fuck me, man. Paid for that show when David Icke wore the yellow shirt at fucking Wembley and sat there and watched it. Even brought a little tear to my eye, Sean. Even he's been pulled into this story. I'm not going to explain it all now, but Andrew Ash accused him of raping disabled kids on the Azimuth Trust boat. I can only assume David was going to be in the setup in either by way of suing me for slander or trying to or something because I backed Andrew. These people set it all up. Puddick, that geezer there, he is the fucking ringleader. And you can tell from his smugness, right? You can tell. How the fuck are all these people just coming down on... I'm honest, mate. I'm an honest person, right? I'm not fucking putting up with this from these cunts that are all lying, and they've shown me what they are now because I know I ain't done nothing wrong. But I'm treated like a fucking criminal. Yeah, judged. Oh, you must be a druggie or whatever. Even done it when I was in the band. Oh, you must be fucking on coke. Yeah, you done all this dough, didn't you, on coke and all that. You fucking idiots. Of course I didn't. Of course I didn't. You've heard it from Daniele yourself. I hate cocaine. I've been a weed smoker all my life. Fucking hell. I've just had to defend myself at every level. And it's got out of hand now. You've sent police to me with no warrant. Yeah, terrorise it. You have fucking terrorised me. So I hope you're feeling it now for a change. I know you are. I know you're feeling it. You want me to fuck off. You want me to fuck off? Well, you can fuck off. Yeah, because you ain't going to treat people like this and get away with it. You ain't treating me like it. Everyone else, if you don't want to do nothing about it, up to you, innit? That's up to you. Go through the rest of your life lying to yourself, telling yourself everything's all right. I mean, I even done a fucking song called It's All Right. It fucking ain't all right. None of this is all right, mate. Nothing is all right at the minute. Nothing. Everything is very much not all right. So, after the technology that I've seen, I'm not saying it is. It's a possibility, isn't it? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I think this guy here has nailed it. Eddie, you've nailed it again there. You know, if this story is real, then obviously there's your answer, isn't it? You know what I mean? There's your answer. So it should be a murder inquiry. You know, TV interviews and that. Geezer's sitting there. He's had a sunbed. You know, I'm sorry if I'm wrong, Paul. Honestly, mate, I am sorry if I'm wrong. I mean that. Right, but we're being led by the media here, right? You got to remember that. And when you put yourself in front of a camera and sit there, and rightly so, if your bird's gone missing, of course, of course. But mate, I ain't going to beat around the bush. Everyone's looking, going like, that emotion ain't there. That emotion ain't there, and it looks like you got a bruise there, and then you had a hat on over the field, and that was doing that, and it was just sort of covering it. But even Nicky was saying to me, has he got a bruise there? So has that got anything to do with the 17 days prior, with the police being called out and coming round to the house and the welfare check? You know, what's the deal? What's the deal with the companies that Eddie's found in that? What's the deal with ACAD Limited? How is she a mortgage advisor if she's all over electronics companies and ACAD engineering? How has she got time to be an engineer? It's just you and her on the thing. That's all I'm saying. Facts, though, not made up. Facts. And if all the speculation turns out to be wrong, but I don't see how any of us can get an answer that we'll ever be happy with, because no one trusts the police. No one trusts the government. No one trusts the royals. I've just shown you a load of stuff tonight as reasons why not to trust the police. Look what they fucking done to me for seeing something that I shouldn't have that weren't my fault. And they all dance around me, he was the love of my life. Fucking stab you. They're fucking mental. But they'll claim I'm mad. These people are all off their fucking nut. The lot of them. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. From John Wedger to Bill Maloney to Sean Atwood, you know, to fucking Ian Puddick, to fucking Chris Fay, to Peter Jukes from Hacked Off. All of them. What is wrong with you all? Why don't none of you act right? Paula, man, there's the latest one they've put round. I've killed Millie Dowler now. Yeah. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Me. Nah, it's me. Because I don't believe the official narrative, it's got to be me now. Oh, fucking hell. And I'll return to the scene of the crime. Oh, fucking hell. Well, then, why don't you might as well say that about Paul Ansell then? Mightn't you? Yeah, you might as well. Well, they can fucking say it about me. What, I can't have an opinion? Of course I can. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, fucking right and all it is. It's all right for me to have an opinion, because every cunt's got an opinion on me.
Find the body, and Peter couldn't find the body, and he kept coming out, Peter Fording, he kept coming out and saying, she's not in the river.
Peter Fording's going to get made right, because she weren't in the river. The end. She got thrown in there if the story's real. Again, I'm sorry.
She fell in the river by the bench. 2 foot of water. Stand up. You don't have to swim. People are saying Nicola was a great swimmer. Stand up. Oh, she couldn't stand up because she banged her head. She banged her head and then just...
Anyone can see that the phone has been placed there. So that was, well, where can she be? The phone's on the bench. Well, she must have went in there. It's the only answer. Whoever put that there, you know, weren't Penny. You know, dog was running around. And they weren't running around. I'll make your mind up. Whoa, you still want me? Hey, like, and turn your mic up a bit. That's it. That's better, isn't it? Yeah, we can hear you now, Ron. I used to like fucking... Who's your sister-in-law, Ron? Yeah, it's mental. But the timing's brilliant for the Royals. Honestly. For them, this is brilliant. Diversion. You know, because we've played out the Harry thing about as far as we can go now. Now we're going to go to this. We're going to have a go at people for speculating there as well off the back of this, and also bring in the concept of chipping women and children, because we're going to start there. Almost force it on you like it was some kind of a vaccination or something. You know. And then all your medical details could be on that chip, couldn't it? Be very convenient. If you're passed out when the ambulance turns up, they can go, boop. Oh, he's allergic to antibiotics, so it's, it's very lucky we didn't give him that, because that would have killed him. You know what I mean? Although turn it into a good thing. Direct banking. Do you want to transfer money? Boop. Yeah, man, it's gone through. Cheers, Elon. All tied into the neural network. I mean, it's fucking frightening where they're trying to go. I know, stay alive forever. We'll download your consciousness onto this little hard drive, and we plug you in the computer, you can fucking live forever. Yeah, that's it. We're immortal.
What? Let me tell you what.
They are after a bit of that, though, aren't they? They are, to be fair. They do want to be immortal. Who wants to live forever? Oh, my 1000th wife died, but, I've been here before. I'll move on.
Happens when you bang your head and you fall in. You don't go floating away. You're drowning. You sink. It takes quite a while for a body to refloat and then start moving. But within 3 hours, they were down there with their diving equipment. The police were down there looking right around the bench and all around. And she wasn't there. Peter went down there with his son.
Right, here's the other thing that I clocked as well. Who was the guy on the video? Is that the bloke they put in the paper? I bet it is, right? There was a bloke that was walking up and down, and the old Bill shouldn't have let him through, but he said his car was down there, and he went up and down, yeah? I think you all know what I'm talking about, and I think it was the guy that has just been put in the Mirror newspaper, yeah, and as like a vile man, because he photographed her body coming out of the water. Now, what does a story like that do? It confirms that there was an eyewitness, that the body came out of the water there. Doesn't it? And how old was he? Hey? Go on, see if you can guess. I'll give you a clue. Hang on. Oh, fuck me, where is it? Go on, hang on. Oh, go on, hang on. I'll give you a clue. Go on, how old was he? Ready? Go on, how old was he? 33. Yeah. Phone found at 9:33. Don't forget, Mark Williams, Thomas Bacon, lettuce and tomato. he changed the time to 9:35. If you remember me pointing that one out. But then, he exposed Savile. So, yeah, we trust him. No, I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. He's been on Sean Atwood's. Yeah, all these people know one another. Yeah, they pull out a couple of other ones now. Ex-Scotland Yard detective. Yeah, well, what it is going on here is, we got no proof that he ever existed. I mean, Simon Werrett, for fuck's sake. DCI Simon Werrett, ex-serious crime directorate for Essex Police. Used to work at Loughton Police Station, although that's what I've been shown. And where is he now? He's in a coffee shop doing VR baptisms. I mean, is this not weird? Why did they all turn to God? About John Wedger. He, come on, yeah? If he's really godly, would he really be against me? Someone with mental health and actual fucking evidence of phone tapping and all this other shit. And he's got a mental health charity called Pants. And that's exactly what he's going to turn out to be. It's a joke, man. It's all done to frustrate me. It really is. It really is. How many people we got on? 756 people watching. Well, thank you very, very much for tuning in. I've been on a long time now. It's 2:05. And I think it's time to go to bed now. It's time for us all to go nights. And we'll talk again tomorrow. But I'm glad I took you through all of that, because a lot of new subscribers, and They need to know a bit of this background. It's relevant. It's hard work. It's draining going through it all and hopping from one thing to another. You know, do you still want me? And, you know, and keeping up. But, you know, it's doable because everything's documented and it's all burnt into my brain, and I will never forget this. You know, this is going to carry on until I get justice. And if this story is real with Nicola Bulley and someone's murdered her, then we need to get her justice. You know what I mean? For her partner, for her family, and for her little girls. Right? And that's it, isn't it? Because that's what we've got to go on. I believe we're looking at a murder inquiry now. Right? But you know I'm always going to be open to the fact that, is this real? And I've shown my reasoning for that. So I think that's it. I need to go and eat something now. My stomach's rumbling. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've got time for. And I'll leave you with this lovely outro featuring Sean Atwood. You take care. See you soon.
All these fucking truthers, all fucking wonky, strange, weird people. Ian Puddy, you're fucking weird. Bill Maloney, you're weird. John Wedger, you're fucking weird. Sean Atwood, you're fucking weird.
Brian Harvey's making videos.
This guy just effing Sean Atwood, effing John Wedger, effing Ian Puddy, effing Bill Maloney.
Then he started saying I was working for the New World Order. Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast.
Brian Harvey's
fucking podcast. Fucking podcasters fucking talking shit.
Hi, my name's Ian Puddick. Anyone that knows me knows I'm very, very lucky for going out and finding leaks on things.